Hey guys, gonna broadcast tonight's game between the Yankees and Royals. This is the fourth game of the series. So far, Yankees have taken 2 out of 3. So if it wins tonight, they'll win the series. Would be great. Right now, the record's currently 10-10, so they'll be first time over 500 for win in a little bit. Currently, the Yankees lineup looks very horrendous. I'll read it out to you guys. We have first 3 are regulars, or supposed regulars. We have DJ LeMahieu at second, Luke Voigt at DH, Gardner in center field. Those are the 3 regulars. Then it goes Frazier and right, Tauchman at left, Urshela at third, Ford at first, Romine, Cash, and Wade at shortstop with Patson on the hill. So I saw a video, or not a video, but I saw who would be on the Yankees opening day lineup, and everyone in the field. Everyone but Torres and Voigt and Gardner, those were the only 3 on the field, which is insane. And Judge just got hurt last night too, which is awful. He had a wheat strain, and it didn't look good. You actually heard him curse and see him get very angry about the injury. So that doesn't look good. And the Yankees say it's very significant. So even though he's on the 10-day IL list, injured list, he probably won't be back for a while. So this is really a AAA Yankee team. I mean, the Royals aren't anything to worry too much about. I mean, yes, they have speed, they have some defense, but they don't have that much power. Well, watch them hit like a bunch of homers now. But we should be able to win this game, even with this team. I mean, Frazier's and Tauchman are carrying a hot bat. Defensively, we're not too bad. I think Ford's a pretty solid first baseman. Wade's a good fielder. LeMahieu's a good fielder. Urshela's a good fielder. That's solid. And then we won't have to worry about any pass balls with Romine behind the plate, hopefully. And then Frazier's decent in the outfield. Gardner's fine in center, and Tauchman's fine on left. So, not bad defensively. I would say maybe Royals are a bit better defensively than us. Yeah, they probably definitely are better defensively than us with this lineup. But should be able to win this game. It's not looking that pretty of a lineup right now. We are playing the Angels on Tuesday, or really Monday night for everyone else. It's a Tuesday at 5 a.m. here. That one I won't be able to broadcast as I'm going to Spain that day, but I'll be able to. I don't feel I'll be able to broadcast actually next week. I'll be able to do some scorecards, which will be good. But yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a tough run. Yeah, Sanchez is probably going to turn back on Wednesday, and I think Giancarlo will come back next week, which is great. Never than that, not too many reports of when guys are returning back that soon. So, yeah, it's not looking too great for the Yankees right now. Hey, we still got our pitching's keeping us in there, I would say, mostly every game, which is pretty solid. And, yeah, I mean, all we got to muster out is 4 or 5 runs, which I think we can. I mean, Frazier and Tauchman are stepping up. Romine can get some decent hits. It would be nice to see Ford and Wade step up. I would say LeMahieu and Guardy pretty consistent. And maybe Voigt always comes through in the clutch, so, it's not that bad. I don't know. I don't know if we have a better lineup than the Royals right now. Let's just say that, which is not good. Maybe we are, but it doesn't look too much like it. Hold on, I may have missed someone in the lineup, but it looks like that. Oh, yeah, I did miss someone. That's annoying. That ruined my scorecard already. So I'll fix that in the meantime. Here comes the first pitch. Striking the inside corner, 0-1 to Whit Merrifield, who leads off for the Royals. Yeah, sometimes you mess up a scorecard, and it happens, but I'm pretty good about that stuff. Got Lucas Duda was on the Royals. It was a line drive into left field, and speedy runner on the bases. Merrifield led. I think he led all of baseball for his consecutive season in steals. I think he had at least 37. Maybe if even had up to 45. I think it may have been 45. But yeah, he's a pretty fast guy, so not looking forward to that. I mean, the biggest asset of this team is not their hitting. I mean, Merrifield's the best hitter on this team, and he's a good hitter. But yeah, their value comes from their speed. That ball's fouled off. 0-1 to Mondesi. I'm a bit quiet at first. It's because I'm just fixing my lineup card really quick. A good, looks like a cutter. 0-2. Swing and missed it. All right, we are fit stuck. Yeah, you see Merrifield taking a good sized lead. That's a cutter in the dirt, 1-2. Not about a 0-2 pitch. I mean, it's not like, you want an 0-2 pitch to be out of the strike zone. So if you're going to throw in the dirt, you can't get hurt with it. So that one looked like a ball the whole way. Better 0-2 pitch would have been in the strike zone at first and then have gone down. You see Merrifield get easily back. I don't think Patson has a great pickoff move. So you see Merrifield have a pretty good sized lead. Actually, he's wearing the oven mitt too, which is I like seeing that. It's always pretty funny. So apparently you're allowed to wear appendages to help you try to get to the base faster. That ball was high and tight for a ball, 2-2. But they have this oven mitt, which is like a blue extender, and it gives you like an extra couple inches, which in baseball by how reactive these plays are and how fast these are. Let's see, he's going. I think he's going to go in this pitch. Ooh, but he's just faking him out. Fouled off a cutter there. Count remains 2-2. And that pitch, Merrifield was like stepping, like having like an aggressive first step, maybe trying to throw off Patson a bit. Not bad strategy, and Patson executed there. So didn't really work, but you like to see the strategy. It's almost like kids in Little League like clapping their hands to like bother the pitcher. It's like that, almost that version of it. I think you do that in Major League level, you're gonna get thrown out. So just to have like that step, that reactionary step, it's kind of like a bit of a similar thing, but on pro level. And he foul tipped that one for strike 3, so 1 away. Actually, cool fact, if it's a foul tip, even though it's not, foul tip is not a foul ball. A foul tip is a live pitch, meaning that you can steal a foul tip. It was interesting. I didn't realize that until I took an umpire course here in Israel. I'm certified umpire, got an 87 on the test. Thank you for asking, of course. Probably too much information to know about it, but still. That's how I recognized it. Also, the infield fly rule, it only happens with bases loaded or first and second with less than 2 outs. I didn't realize. I thought you can do it with a runner on first, or it could be with first and second, or else it could be a base loaded. So that was an interesting rule to learn as well. Here comes the pitch. That ball just missed inside. 1-0 to Gordon. They just showed a stat that Patson is like pretty high up in the charts, and since 2018, he has 8 games of 20 or more swings and misses in a game, and Gordon swings and misses at a high fastball, 1-1, and that just shows you how good Patson's stuff is. If only he can be healthy over a season, which he has been so far. Knock on wood, this is glass, but you got the saying. If he's healthy all year, then maybe he could finally eclipse the 200 inning plateau, which would be a huge milestone. That ball's loft in the air. Tachman's under it, 2 away. What was I talking about? But yeah, Patson's been pretty crazy with the strikeouts. He has like a ridiculous number. I think like 11.9 ratio, 11.9 per K per 9, which means in a full 9-inning game, he has about 12 strikeouts. And usually, if you're about like have an 8 K per 9, that's really good, which is almost a strikeout for each inning. But to have more than it as a starting pitcher, that's very incredible. And it's a lefty, too. And the high pitch is called for a strike. Hunter Dozier not too happy about it. He's the hitter today, batting in the fourth and DHing. At first base for the Yankees today, we have Mike Ford, which I think this won't be his second game for the Yankees. Could be maybe his third, but I have not seen him play yet, so excited about what he's capable of. That ball's high, 1-1. That should be interesting. So Ford is a lefty first baseman. We have a lefty first baseman who has not been consistent the last 2 years. Everyone should know who that is. That's Greg Bird. And yeah, so maybe Ford will be the guy to replace him. I mean, I like to see a good showing from him. Competition is always good. That ball's low, 2-1. As for Voit, I mean, you have obviously he's going to regress. It's still the first month of the season. He's not going to hit 333 with 15 homers and 1,000 OPS, but he comes through in the clutch, but only bats like 200 so far. That's what has really been the dealio with him. That ball's outside, 3-1. Passes at 15 pitches, which isn't so bad right now, but you'll have to see him get out of here. Big power hitter on deck with Soler. Oh, he's like 30 homer capability. Actually, one guy that I didn't think had 30 homer capability now is really 40 homer capability. Nice cutter in the outside corner, full count. Is Christian Yelich. He has 13 homers through like 20 or so games right now, which broke a Brewers record for most homers in the month of April, broken by Eric Thames, who did it a couple years ago. That ball was popped up, and Ford is under it and catches it before hitting against the net. So that could be better than what Voit and Bird are capable of. But so Yankees strand a runner and 0-0 game heading to the bottom of the first. I'll put on some music for you guys.
Fulfill the prophecy, be something greater. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history. Light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day, we wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated. I'll fight on. No more love, and I hate to see you have to have high hopes for living. Shooting for the stars, and I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a job, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes.
All right, so we are back. There's a strike in the outside corner for LeMahieu. Hold on 1 second. And he grounds it past the diving first baseman. That should be a double. That ball's in the gap. Right, it's hit right to Soler, but he still got a double standing up. Attaboy LeMahieu, way to start this game off right. I've been a big petitioner for LeMahieu to bat leadoff, and he does against lefties, which Jorge Lopez, the starter for the Royals, is. Actually, no, he's right. My bad. I guess because they have the lack of players today. They actually have Gardner batting third, which is insane because that's usually for good power hitters. And, Gardner has, average pop, but not a place for him. I believe the only person who's watching right now is Avi Alter, so if you are, I'll answer your question after the break. But not a place for him. Oh, hold on 1 second. Well, try again. I'll just... Not authorized to start the video call. What the fuck? What? Am I on right now? I saw something pop up, but it says I'm on. Or my camera's on, which is strange. So if I'm on, sorry for the confusion. That's very strange. Okay. Me if I'm on right now. Just have to get back to it. I don't know why it's about. Very strange. The Wi-Fi is very slow. I don't have a scheduled event. It makes no sense. What? Yeah, I'm just gonna quietly try to fix this if you are watching. Oh, it's back on. Cool. I lost the viewing for a second. Sorry about that. It's a 1-1 count on Gardner, by the way. The last hitter, Voigt, had a very deep fly, on the warning track, but Soler made a nice catch. LeMahieu, who advanced to third. That was very strange. Sorry about that. That ball's fouled off Gardner's foot, so 1-2. Gardner can really grind out at bats, so wouldn't be too surprised if he gets an RBI here. He has a good knack of finding a way, like LeMahieu. Both guys are big grinders in this lineup, except LeMahieu doesn't strike out as often. I would say Gardner can still strike about 150 times a year, which is a lot. I don't think LeMahieu doesn't have that sort of problem. Here comes the pitch. And that ball's low, and it gets away. This is a wild pitch, and he is safe. And I wonder if they'll check that. Well, it's very close. He says he got under the tag. Umpire pointed to the plate. That's what you're saying, but I'm not scoring anything yet, just in case. It does look like he's in after just seeing the replay. His foot got in before the tag. Yeah. Yeah, they tagged him after the play, so that was good. Good call by home plate umpire Ron Kolpa. So Yankees have an early 1-0 lead. So, yeah, I mean, Gardner didn't get an RBI, of course, in that, but get his job done. And that's a bloop. Oh, that's not kind of bloop, but it's Gordon's right there. Looks like he didn't get that much of it, but it carried out farther than I thought. So 2 away. And now Frazier is up. And if you told me that Frazier would be batting cleanup in the Yankees' 21st game of the season, I'd be pretty surprised, honestly, because he had a very bad spring training, and I thought that he wouldn't be called up for a little bit. I was hoping that he'd be called up maybe regardless. And that ball is high fly ball to right field. Soler's under there. It makes the catch. And with 10 pitches, he just get a run. But a very efficient inning for Jorge Lopez as we head to the top of the second. And Avi, I'll answer your question right now. Just give me 1 second. good friend Avi Alter is watching, so thank you for tuning in tonight. Bottom side. I'm gonna put on music for you guys. Avi Siegel, this is a shout out for you, recommended by Avi Alter. So thank you being a good friend, and really, Avi Siegel is one of the best players in the IAB. Let me turn off the music. One of the best players in the IAB when healthy. I mean, right now he's a bit injured. Should be back in sometime in May, and he could be the player they send. Actually, I won't get into that, but he's very good pitcher. Throws like low 80s, kind of like low 3/4, almost even sidearm, and yeah, very good pitcher, very good friend, and yeah, that's a shout out for you. Also, Avi Alter for watching too. So thank you both, Avi's. Here's a strike in the inside corner, 0-1 to Jorge Soler, who had a couple of opportunities last inning as he got the double from Voit. Double from LeMahieu, the fly ball from Voit, and the fly balls end the inning from Frazier. So a lot of Soler out there. That ball is outside, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. That ball is in the dirt. Now 2-1. So, yeah, Soler's always been like good power, a lot of strikeouts, low average type of guy. I think he has some decent on base percentage too. Probably around average, about maybe 330s or something. But he's not a bad player. But this is the most the Royals have in the power department, which shows that their lineup is not that homer heavy. Swings and misses, that one counts now full. I mean, they have Dozier and Soler is essentially the only power guys. Merrifield will give you 15 homers. Mondesi will give you 10. Gordon will give you like 10 to 15. Actually, no, they have Judah, but I don't think Judah's going to hit 30 homers again. He might hit like 15 to 20. That ball's fouled off. Count remains full. Hamilton, Maldonado, and you have Gore on the bench. They don't have a lot of homers. This is a Royals team you're not going to expect a lot of homers from, essentially. They will kill you with speed, though. It might be the fastest team in baseball, which is kind of what they're gearing for. Swains and misses at a good, looks like not sure if that's a slider or curveball, but some type of breaking ball. So anyway, there's one away. That's Patson's second strikeout. Oh, he's a knuckle curve. Okay. But yeah, it was a sweeping curveball. It looks like it's about 11-5 curveball. So like if you look at a clock, it starts at the 11th header, ends at 5. And yeah, against a right-handed hitter, very deadly. Here's Dozier. Takes a fastball inside at 96 for strike 1. Shows you how hard Patson throws. Actually, his last time up when he pitched, I think he hit 99, which is pretty good. He grounds the one foul, count 0-2. We call Patson the Big Maple, as he's from Canada. He's pretty fearless. He once had a bald eagle just rest on his shoulder, did nothing about it, just let it happen. And it's a pretty iconic moment. And good pitch to waste by Dozier. That was kind of a knuckle curve on the outside corner that he fouled away, 0-2. I've heard. Actually, no, sorry. This is Owens. Huh. Okay, sorry. Chris Owens is up, batting 194 in the season. That ball's grounded to third. Urshela has it easy, fires to first, 2 away. I believe Ford, just seeing that play, I think he throws righty, but he bats a lefty. So, you kind of wish the Yankees actually had, a very legitimate first baseman, like Mark Teixeira days, where, they have Bird, but he's not that great defensively. Scherer just made everything. Just made it, like everything simple and easy. Left Ford to be that guy, but I don't know how many appearances he'll get. That ball's inside, 1-0. I would say if Bird doesn't have a great year this year, then maybe they'll bring maybe Ford will be the platoon guy with Voit. Or here comes the pitch. Swains and misses a good knuckle curve, 1-1. Or maybe Morrison will come. Actually, you signed Logan Morrison, the former Ray and a former Twin, to a minor league deal. That curve just missed the outside corner, 2-1. But he once said that Yankees fans are kind of dumb, and was annoyed that Gary Sanchez made the home run derby instead of him because he was doing really well. And Sanchez only had 13 homers, but he was on the DL before then, back when it was called the DL. Swainson misses that one, 2-2. But yeah, so very unlikely that he ever be a Yankee. Now here he is. No one's signed to a contract. It wasn't that bad last year. It wasn't great, but the way the game is now, curveball misses in the dirt, 3-2. The way the game is now, even if you're a below average performer and you're in your 30s, you're not getting a major league deal. So yeah, that's what happened. Even if you used to perform good, it all depends on your most recent success, which is also why I think Craig Kimbrell and Dallas Keuchel have not been signed yet. And strike 3, good cutter on the inside corner. Patson wraps up a couple strikeouts as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And I'll put on some music for you guys. I got a good one. So we are back. Ball out just outside to Tauchman. Batting .207, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. That ball luckily fouled off him. So 1-1. His first 6 hits with the Yankees been for extra bases. And that's the first Yankee to do that since 1977 when Dave Kingman did it. That's interesting. I swear he had a single at some point, but I guess not. And that ball is ground to first, taken by himself. And Judah is the one who takes it by himself, so 1 away. Although his 207 batting average is obviously awful, it actually is not as bad as it seems. It's because he's been heating up as late. He has 3 homers in this week alone, which is awesome. But before that, he was like, 2 for 20 or something. So his average has gone up pretty steadily since. And there's a strike right down to pipe, 0-1 to Urshela. I mean, first 3 guys, like I said before, regulars. It's curveball in the dirt, 1-1. Very sure has good potential. Talkman, not sure yet. Hope he turns into a Voit like he was last year. Starting to see some signs of him maybe carrying this Yankee team for a little bit. And that ball's lofted into right field, but Soler's right there. Looks like a pretty nice grab, or pretty nice swing, but he just got under it, 2 away. Yeah, so Judge will definitely be out. They're showing an injury report right now. He'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks, which means he'll probably be gone a month, with that being said. Because if you're being reevaluated, then you have to get back into baseball activities after that, which takes a little bit. Need a minor league game or 2. So maybe not a month, but at least 3 weeks. There's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. And that's annoying because Judge was out for most of the second half of last year. And now when the Yankees need him the most, he's not here. Not on him. I mean, it just happens. That ball's inside, 1-1. But, I mean, last year's injury wasn't anything to see. It was like a freak injury. It wasn't anything that should prolong him in the wrong one, and it hasn't. He was having a very good season until he got injured. That ball's in the dirt, 2-1 to Ford. First at bat, I'm seeing him. So Judge was having a good season, being very consistent with this Yankee lineup, very good defender and right, as usual. And Ford laces that the other way, and that's going to be a double. And yeah. And that's his first Yankee hit. So first time I'm watching Ford, first time he gets a hit. I like it. They're throwing the ball in. Just amazing. You wonder if they're going to do the trick where they swap out the baseball and say they lost it. They do that for a lot of rookies. And the person goes to is Stevie Donahue, who is one of the Yankees' health trainers. He's been there forever. Wow, so he's in AAA, they just said, for 3 years. I think Ford is like almost like 20, at least 24. So he's an older guy. But still, nonetheless, that was a good gap shot. And, he used a first baseman that continually goes the other way. Bird did that more last year, but, he's still a very pull hitter. That's a called strike for Romine, 0-1. Adding 233 in the season, 1 homer, 4 RBIs, but 258 on base percentage. He is our starting catcher for probably the next game until Sanchez comes back, which will be good. Fastball just missed inside, 1-1. I mean, Romine can be pretty clutch, which is a good thing, of course. Hits the ball up the middle, hits the ball the other way, all good qualities, good fighter, very resilient guy. And that ball's also hit up the middle, like I was just talking about. This should be an RBI. And yep, so Yankees have a 2-0 lead right now. And like I said, even though we only have 3 regulars in, Mayhew, Voit, and Gardner, maybe someone will step up, and they have. Look at Ford stepping up his double. Look at Romine stepping up. Even though this Royals team is fast and good defensively, they have no pitching, and we still have enough guys who have potential to step up, and they are. So, they just need to hold the fort down. I think next week we'll definitely get a power boost from Sanchez and Giancarlo's return. I think Stanton's returning next week, but that's perfect. And that ball is a low, 1-0 to Tyler Wade. So yeah, that's a good sign. And even Urshela making that was a pretty well hit ball. He just got a bit under it and still hit that near the warning track. So yeah, I mean, all they have to do is just grind out like 4 to 5 runs a game. I know that's still a little tough, but that ball's in the dirt. Easier said than done. 2-0 to Tyler Wade. But we have enough guys that if one day LeMahieu isn't stepping up, maybe one of the bottom guys will step up, or maybe one day LeMahieu, Voigt, and Gardy will be on. So as long as we keep winning series, like we should be able to win this one. That'll be good. Would it be nice to sweep the Angels next time? Yes, but if we win 3 out of 4, I'll be very satisfied. Even if we tie a series, it's not an awful, awful feeling. Yeah, no reaction to Ford right away. But now they're all like giving him some love. What they do is they give the silent treatment for the first hit, and that ball's high. So Wade walks on 4 straight pitches. So LeMahieu, who's amazing with runners in scoring position, is now up the plate. We have a couple guys on the bases, as they say, ducks in a pond. Don't know really where that expression comes from, but runners on base, good chance to drop them in. That's essentially what it means. So good opportunity for LeMahieu here, and out of all these guys in the lineup, I'd say I prefer LeMahieu in these types of situations. Yeah, he has 10 RBIs, not bad at all. 319 on the season, 372 on base percentage. Actually, got his first homer the other day, went back-to-back with Tauchman. And, yeah, I mean, I say this almost every time in my broadcast, but, he was the right guy to sign. I mean, sure, and that hits him on the elbow. And the catcher even, just pats him on the back as that really, came up and in. It was just pretty random, but regardless of the bases loaded for Voigt, who's also very good in clutch opportunities, so it should be good to see what he does here. And this Royals offense isn't that great. We have a good pitcher on the mound, but still, we could always use the insurance fronts, especially knowing this team and how we're lacking that department. And we were without our offense, so we may not score even more than 3 runs a game, but this will be a good opportunity. We scored 9 runs yesterday, but there's a lot of times this season where it's only been 3 runs. Offenses look better, though. They've started to hit better runners in scoring position. Hopefully earlier on that was just a fluke, and then our guys will come back and they'll be in the power department, so we'll be better runners in scoring position. There's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1 to Voigt. You don't want to swing at first pitch curveballs when you have bases loaded, when you have a good opportunity. I mean, unless you're sitting on it, but pretty sure he's a dead red fastball hitter. I would say I wonder if they're going back to the curve here. Yes, they are. That one's outside, 1-1. I mean, interesting thing about Voigt is that he said he's been working on his first base fielding in spring training in the offseason, which of course I believe in. Of course, he's a major leaguer and he's a very hard worker. And that ball is fouled off, so now 1-2. Well, 2 runs can't be enough. You gotta score more than this. Come on. Help up that average foot. Only batting with 200. But he doesn't look that great at first base. Not at all. It's not smooth. Teixeira you just get relaxed with him. You just don't know. He can miss scoops every time and again, and he just looks weird when he's bad positioning. That ball's low in there 2-2. It looks like he was diving for balls and staying for the base that he didn't need to. So yeah, I'm not too keen on him playing first base. I would prefer Bird and playing first base and Voigt DHing in the meantime. Even when Stanton gets back, he'll probably play right field. Gardy will keep in center, and then you have Frazier in left. That ball's outside now, 3-2. So runners are going. We have LeMahieu on first, Wade at second, Romine on third. So a single should score 2, a double maybe will score 3. So all you right here, Voigt. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he grounds that one to third. That's going to be a tough play. Fires on the run. Voigt's not the fastest guy. And the Royals get out of this. Yankees luckily did score a run thanks to the RBI from Romine, the double by Ford, his first major league hit. They had to take a 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. I'll play on some music for you guys. All right, we are back. Martin Maldonado is up at the plate. That ball's low, 1-0. Maldonado was on the division-winning Astros last year. Very good defensive catcher. Picking nabs, good amount of percentage of his of base runners. Nice knuckle curve from the outside corner, 1-1. And what was I going to say? And very good at blocking plate, and just a good all-around catcher. Calls a good game. Astros have good pitching, but I'm sure Maldonado helped out with that. That ball's fouled off, count 1-2. So I think Patson throws 3 pitches, maybe more, but what I've seen so far is his 4-seam, which sits anywhere. Usually it's from 94 to 96, but can hit up to 99. And then he has a cutter, which is like 87 to 89 miles per hour. Then he has an knuckle curve, just like 79 to 84 miles per hour. So 3 quality pitches. That's a curve in the dirt, 2-2. Just listening in about Mike Ford right now. I'll relay the information. And strike 3, fastball at the top of the zone. Maldonado's not happy about it. Hoping he will always get that back when he's catching, but still, 1 away. That's Patson's 4th strikeout. And that just shows you that he already averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning. The strikeout artist, which is what the Yankees need, not the best defense. Actually, very good outfield defense, but you don't want a fly ball prone pitcher, especially in Yankee Stadium. Hamilton batting from the right side. Fastball adjustments inside, 1-0. Hamilton is a switch hitter, which means that he can't hit from either side of the plate. He has a career 298 batting average. 298 on base percentage. Swings him as a high fastball, 1-1. So, strikeout artist versus a guy who can't really hit too well. This should be a good battle for Passon. and face a bunt, but gets a cutter called for a strike, 1-2. But yeah, I mean, Hamilton obviously is a very good runner. I think he has over 300 career stolen bases at this point. Swings and misses a high fastball. Second straight and a third straight strikeout for Patson, dating back to last inning. 2 away. And yeah, you can see why it's a little on base percentage there, chasing a couple high fastballs. Don't get me wrong, it's tempting, of course. It's a fastball right near where your eyes are looking at. There's a higher pitch than looks good because it's like right near eye level. So yeah, it must look pretty good. You don't have too much time to react. So it's obviously it's very tough. The ball's fouled off 0-1, but a good hitter or a hitter who walks, he'll take that for a ball a couple of times. Or he would only swing that like if it's 0-2 or something. I mean, of course, it wouldn't happen always. Good cutter that Merrifield swings and misses on, quickly 0-2. To see Patson strike out the side here. It's looked pretty sharp so far. Just looking at all his pitches, not too much to worry about. Just the first inning single from Merrifield. And swings and misses that cutter, struck out the side. 4 straight strikeouts for Patson as we head to bottom of third inning. Yankees up 2-0. Patson has retired 9 straight. Let me put on a different song, a different baseball song.
Hold the phone. The sun came out today. We're born again. There's new grass on the field. Around the third and headed for home. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Anyone can understand the way I feel. Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play. Today, put me in cold. I'm ready to play. Today, look at me. I can be center field. Well, I spent some time in the Mudville night, watching it from the bench. You know I took some lumps when the mighty case struck out. So say, hey, Willie, tell the cow, and Joe DiMaggio, don't say they so, you know the time is now. Oh, put me in cold, I'm ready to play today. Put me in cold, I'm ready to play today.
We are
Look
back.
at me.
That ball is low to Gardner, 1-0. Let's get my charger for my phone next inning. It's only at 4%. There's a fastball in the outside corner, 1-1. I don't see Lopez being that great. I mean, maybe one day. Hasn't recorded a strikeout yet. That one's popped up to Hamilton. He's under it, 1 away. It kind of just seems like your run-of-the-mill rebuilding team starter to throw out there. So, yeah, maybe not the nicest description, but I say it like I see it. Maybe he does have some good backing. I'm not sure, but these have hit him pretty well so far. And yeah, just don't see anything special from him right now. This should be a very winnable game. There's a curve that just missed outside, 1-0. Currently has a 4.26 ERA as of now, which includes the 2 runs. He's given up today. They're both fouled off 1-1. He's working effectively. I'll give him that. I mean, he doesn't have a recorded strikeout, but only at 39 pitches, 3 2 1/3. That's pretty respectable. So since April 6th in the AL, Clint Frazier is 5th in RBIs with 13, which is pretty good. That's a changeup on the outside corner, 1 and 2. So yeah, Frazier's been carrying this team as of late. He has 5 homers on the season. I don't even think he had 5 homers in maybe just that, but it was about the same amount when he got called up a couple years ago. All inside 2 and 2. He got called up last year too, but he got injured with a concussion and wasn't up here for too long. The curve's in a dirt full count. I mean, I would say this year is definitely like make or break for Frazier. I think if he does well this year, then Yankees would definitely like to use him as an option in the outfield, especially since Gardner may not be Yankee after this year. I hope he does. I hope he kind of starts to come in that 4th outfield role. That was fouled off. Count remains full on Frazier. I mean, obviously, do I want Gardner to perform as well, very well? Of course. But I think he should start moving to the 4th outfield role. I think Frazier can be a better hitter than him and he's not going to be a better defensive outfielder, but I have no chance. But he can work on his defense too, which isn't bad. And 2-seam fastball caught the strike zone for strike 3, so that's 2 away. Right as I was saying that Lopez doesn't have a strikeout, probably said it way too many times, believe in that suspicious stuff, or what's it called? You know what I mean. If we even superstitions, that's what it is. But anyway, that's his first strikeout. So he has a 2-seam as not a bad curveball. Can locate it. There's some stuff here. There's a fastball on the outside corner on 1. So, I mean, I still don't see anything that great from him, but he's not bad. Here comes the 0-1 to Tauchman. Good change, 0-2. And you see what I mean with the Yankees. I mean, they have bases loaded last inning. Nothing happens from it. This inning, they don't look too deadly. The last inning started with 2 quickouts too. So, what do I know? And you never the course of the game can change very quickly. Takes the ball low, 1 and 2. But that was a prime opportunity to score. And any major league team can score 2 runs. So even off a very good pitcher like Paxton. That ball was fouled off. Count remains 1 and 2. Get up to 94, and I think that's about it. But still, average to above average speed. And MLB average is maybe 93.1 now. I think a couple years ago it was 92.8. But yeah, so really throws right middle of the pack. Here comes the pitch. Good pitch taken by Tauchman. That was a changeup low, 2 and 2. Look at this slide. As his fastball goes from 92 to 94, and that one's 88. Be pretty fast changeup. Not sure. It's a curveball that grounds fight. Wow, hits the bag. And Judah can't handle it. I thought he just booted the ball, but apparently hit the bag. So, hey, Yankees catch a break as Tauchman reaches first. Let's see it. Yep, hits the side of the bag. Judah can't recover quickly enough. That should go down as a base hit. It's kind of like a pinball machine as it hit off Judah's left foot and hit off his right, and then went into foul territory. Obviously, once it's something in fair territory or it's fair past the first baseline, which it was since it hit the base, then it is a fair ball. But that is Tauchman's first major league single. It's a couple milestones for these young Yankees. That one not as impressive or memorable as Ford's first hit, or just anybody's first hit for that matter. Show Fausto went off on 1. So Lopez is now starting this pitch count up. That's good. You like seeing that. This Royals bullpen is not anything to show for either. So you got to start out early. You just destroy the bullpen even more, which they have done the first couple games. That's perfect. Purple in for a strike going to Urshela. Currently, Lopez is currently sitting at 52 pitches, which isn't bad from the third, but it's definitely a bit above average. Major league average about 16 to 17, so slightly more than that. Becomes set. Wonder if Tauchman can run. I'm pretty sure he can. I think he is a pretty fast runner. I haven't seen too many stolen bases from him or him utilize the speed too much, probably because he's only begun to start hitting. And I've watched a little bit more than half of the Yankee games, so maybe he's done it in games I haven't seen him. The ball is grounded right back to Lopez, tosses at the first, and that's the third out. So you strand a runner at first, but still have a 2-0 lead, of course, as we head to the top of the fourth. Pizza isn't bad. I mean, there's definitely better. This European pizza are pretty good.
It's Italian.
Fair.
The pizza here, it's all like, to me, it's American. It's not what the pizza is supposed to be like.
Gotcha. Let me get my charger and then I'll put the music back on. If we have time, I'll try to finish more tomorrow. I'll try to help out with it. That ball is lofting to right field, but it will go foul. Very near a home run. Wasn't like just past the foul pole, but maybe about 20 feet, 10 to 15 feet away from hitting it. So it's 0-1 on Mondesi. Just trying to find an outlet real quick. And that ball is roped to short, and they get him out. They just get him out. Actually, it hit so hard that it kind of popped out of Wade's glove on a hop, and then he grabbed it with his bare hand and fired him out. So great play by Wade. Start the night. Ooh, they're going to check it. He might actually be safe, and they would probably give an error for that. He actually does look safe, unfortunately. So this could be a good play that never really came to fruition. Yeah, the lighting may not be as good as I gotta charge my phone for a bit. That's all good. You can see me pretty clearly like this. So currently under review right now. So I'm going to write down that Ford had his first major league hit. I like keeping good notes, mention after a game. I think he is safe. We are resuming play. Yep, that's going to be a hit. Or let's see if it's a hit and error. I don't think it was actually because it got hit pretty hard. Yep, to give him a hit. Swings and misses that one. He didn't even swing fully. That was more of a wave. So that sounds very good swing missed up. No wonder he's topped the leaderboards of most games with 20 swings and misses since 2018. He ranked, I think, like 4th on that list, and it's pretty good. So that's a lot of, if you throw, let's see, 55 to 60 pitches for strikes and 100 pitch out, and that also, by the way, 1-1 to Gordon. You get 20 swings and misses. That's pretty solid actually. That's about like near above 30%, which is really good. That's what you like to see. Hitters aren't putting a lot of balls in play. Couple adjustments inside, 2-1. Just write down that there's a review. My ball's in the dirt, and Josh Roman can't find it, and he will be safe at second. Don't know why I went right to Hickey right there. Josh should just use the other catcher. Looks like he actually may have been running on the pitch. No, it was a wild pitch. Yeah, he wasn't running. That was a wild pitch. So this is what I'm talking about. You know, any major league team can score 2 runs. Gordon can easily hit a home run right here. I really hope he doesn't. I really hope Patson buckles down and gets that. And that Patson got lucky there. Gordon felt that went off. It was a high cutter. It would have been ball 4, but he did swing at that. So full count to Gordon. Patson's pitch count not being too bad right now at 53 pitches. That ball's fouled off at 96. Count remains at full. You know, I thought Gordon was kind of done as a hitter, and he still might be, but he's having a very good start as to the season. He's batting 320, like in the 320s with 3 homers, and I think he still has very good bats, like this one so far. I think this will be at least the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And there's strike 3 on the outside corner, 1 away. So Patson's last 5 outs have been via the strikeout. And that will be, let's see, number 7 on there. That's very good. Who do we have? Dozier and Stiller. Good high strikeout hitters. And yeah, so now the Royals cannot score a run on a productive one, which is good. There's a strike in the outside corner on 1. But yeah, I mean, this game easily, this inning can go 2-1. Then you only have a one run lead, so there's no room for error. I mean, that's why bases loaded gotta come through. I know it doesn't always happen, but the Yankees have notoriously known for not being great runners in scoring position. And although they are doing better, this offense, who doesn't have their star power, who also is not great at runners in scoring position, they just hit homers. So sometimes homers comes with runners in scoring position, but still, striking the inside corner 1 and 2. I mean, these guys who are just up for their brief cup of coffee, I mean, a lot of them are on home run hitting guys. Maybe Frazier, but, you know, and he's doing very good at runners in scoring position. But You gotta come through. And Merrifield takes off for third, and he is in there. Had a feeling he was going to steal third. Perfect opportunity to steal third, by the way. As saying goes, never make the first or third out at third. So first out kills a rally. The third out ends the inning. So the perfect time to go is with one out. Saying again goes, don't make, don't steal third don't make the first or last out at third. That's how the saying goes. They're both fouled off. Count remains 2-2. These reels here is giving some good at bats to Paxton. Definitely putting pressure on him. Now a productive out scores a run. Gotta imagine the Yankees are playing back as they have a lead. Just trying to get the out here. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. And high fastball is foul tipped on, and that is Paxton's 8th strikeout. So we are seeing a very good game here. I think Paxton struck out 12 last time up. Wow. So here's something cool. 457 pitches of 97 miles per hour since 2017, which is the second most behind Chris Sale with 494. So that shows you why Paxton's so elite. Not only does he have a very hard fastball, that ball's fouled off. Count 0-1 to Soler. Would love to see Paxton out, but he's a grinder. I mean, that's a capability of a very good pitcher, or the mindset of a very good pitcher, and someone who could throw a lot of innings. Because if you can get out of those big jams, you can probably go in games longer. I think pretty sure that's a correlation. That was also fouled off, quickly 0-2. So Paxton once again can strike out the side. And I would love to see that right here. Yep, Soler's exactly what I was talking about. Actually, less on base percentage, lower on base percentage, I thought. That's 225 at 5 homers. And that's a 287 on base percentage. So really just high homer, high strikeout kind of guy. That ball's in the dirt. Counts now 1-2. That was Paxton's 64th pitch. So right about average. Should be able to give the Yankees sit strong. Last time up he struck out 12, which was very good. I was watching that game. And yeah, he's doing great so far. Swings and misses that cutter, and that's his 9th strikeout. Strikes out the side once again. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, Yankees still up 2-0. Let's go. We are back. That's a strike on the outside corner to Ford. I don't know, just sounds like a baseball name, even though it kind of isn't. Mike Ford, sounds kind of like an American name. America associated with baseball, done deal. Got yourself a baseball sounding name. Like a common name for an American company, so yeah. Makes sense why I would think that it's an American name, even though they're a very, very baseball name, even if it isn't quite. That ball is grounded to first and will be taken by Judah himself, who just gets Ford in time. Looks like he was going to flip it originally, but he did not. I think Ford even slowed down a bit as he thought that it would be flipped, but then when he saw Judah runs to the base, that's when Ford runs to the base. Nonetheless, he is out, so that's one away. And Romine is up the plate, had the RBI single last time up. He's only RBI of the game, as LeMahieu scored on the wild pitch. And there's a changeup high for a strike, 0-1. And ball is ground to short. Mondesi has it, fires to first, scooped up and 2 away. So yeah, what I've noticed from Lopez so far is he lets the hitters hit. He, lets the ball get put into play. And there's been a couple of decently hard hits. Not too crazy, not like, Aaron Judge hitting a 150-mile-per-hour bomb for a homer, but, a couple solid doubles. Struck in the outside corner, 0-1. He's given up 4 hits and hit a batter, walked a batter, well pitched. So that ball's ground to third, on to first, and 3 up, 3 down. 1-2-3 inning for Lopez, his first one of the day. So we head to the top of the 5th. Put on a different baseball song.
Sister wants a ring in her nose. Daddy wants a new big screen TV. Mama wants a tummy tuck. All I want's a baseball glove. Brother wants some wheels for his pickup. Sister wants a trip to Cancun. Daddy wants a new set of golf gloves. Mama wants a gold necklace. All I want from Santa is a genuine cowhide. Rawlins Pro Special. One autograph by Roy Halladay. If that's all I've got near the tree Christmas morning, one gift will sure be enough. If I get a new baseball glove. Brother made his list, it's pages. Sisters dropping hints everywhere. Daddy's being.
So just to show the distinction between the 2 starters in 4 innings of work, Pass has given 2 hits, no walks, 9 Ks. Lopez has had 1 walk, 1 strikeout. There's a failed bunt attempt from Owens, 0-1. Giving up 2 runs and 4 hits. So obviously Patson having a much better day. Be interesting to see if he beats his Yankees strikeout record of 12 strikeouts in a game. That ball's high, 101. And that's definitely one of the best trades of the offseason. It seemed like it at the time, too. So, especially with all these, especially position players that are out. I mean, we have Severino, too. It's just nice to have the good 1-2 of Tanaka and Patson, who both pitched beautifully. Owens misses a cutter, so 1-2 count on him. Patson works rather quickly, too, so already praying for a pretty fast game. That ball's in the dirt, 2-2. Usually, so this is the top of the fifth. By the end of it, it's usually, or by the end of the top of the fifth, it's usually about an hour and a half in. So this game will probably be a couple minutes earlier than that. Yankees are up. So this looks like another under 3-hour game, which is always nice. And that ball just missed high. It would have been Patson's 10th K. So full count on Owens. So what does Patson throw here? Something high again or something in the dirt? They're going to go in. And fastball in. Misses the location, but still gets a strikeout. 4 consecutive strikeouts once again for Patson. That's number 10 of the day. So here's Gio Gonzalez's stats in AAA. 2-1, 6 ERA, 15 innings, 6 walks, 19 Ks, 311 opponent batting average. But apparently the first start was just not very good. Last had been solid. So he decides to opt out of his Yankee contract. There's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1 to Duda. His contract was, if he wasn't at the Yankees by April 20th, he could opt out. So now he has 40, I think the Yankees and him. I don't know if it's collective or it's both, but either way, someone has to decide. I think it is joined. Or maybe, actually, no, opted out. So I would say it's more on Gio Gonzalez's call. Duda's swing and miss at that one, so 0-2. But he can remain a AAA player for the Yankees for a little bit. Hope to get called up, or he can get out of the. He can be released and hopefully never. That ball's in the dirt, 1-2. So it'll be Patson's 75th pitch, which is still not a bad ratio. Throwing about 80 pitches through 5, which is what I'm guessing we'll be at least. That ball's fouled off. Count remains 1-2. That one at 97. I don't think I've seen him touch 98 today, but he's definitely at 97 a various amount of times. Maybe you'll see him when he's trying to get like his last strikeout to get that. That ball's in the dirt, now 2-2. Yeah, the last game that Patson pitched, it was probably one of the best Yankee games of the year. I think Yankees won like 7-0 or something. Paxton pitched 8 strong, like I think it was like 2 hits, 1 walk, and had 12 strikeouts. And that ball was hit very well into center field. And Garner's looking at it, but he is right at the track and makes the catch a little bit before the warning track, but that's a second out. So 22 strikeouts in the last 2 starts, 12 and 2/3 innings pitched. That's incredible. That's amazing. You know, Yankees don't really have too many strikeout. Well, yeah, we do. We got Pat's. It's not going to be a bit of a strikeout guy. So Severino, but to add another starter who just misses bats, it's just great. It's a good feeling. And fastball is a strike in the inside corner, 0-1 to Maldonado. So I think Patson will throw at least 6 strong. Hopefully scoreless too, which is what's looking like so far. That ball's fouled off quickly, 0-2 to Maldonado. And I love also, besides Patson's demeanor, I also love this quote from him where he says, "Every time I face a hitter, within 3 pitches, I ever want to be ahead of the count or him already out," which I think is great. That means he wants to work quickly, he wants to throw strikes, and he wants to be ahead. That ball's fouled off, counts 0-2. I was right. So sometimes when you're trying to get the last strike, like before when you know you're going to be up or someone's going to take you out, you want to finish off inning, you get a rear back and throw a little harder. That was his first 98-mile-per-hour fastball of the day, I believe. Here comes the pitch. And I believe that's a curveball that was fouled off. Count remains 0-2. These Royals pitchers have made him work decently. Don't really see him going 7. They have some decent at bats. They've worked him a bit, but Patson hasn't walked anyone. Good pitch in the dirt, but Maldonado lays off it 1-2. Yeah, he has not walked anyone. Just 2 hits, one an infield hit and one to the outfield. And foul tips then, that's Patson's 11 strikeouts. And hopefully he'll pass the record next inning, currently at 83 pitches. Definitely has a good shot. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. That ball is caught by Hamilton, so 1 away. Sorry, they had to listen to that Hebrew for a bit. Not bad. Let's use the bathroom, so that's why I was a little late. He flew out to Hamilton on a 0-2 pitch. Now we have Luke Voigt. The first batter up this inning was LeMahieu. That changeup just misses high, 1-0. I'm just making sure it was a fly ball, which I think it is. Swings and misses at a good changeup. Is that a changeup? No, that's a slider. Okay. Slider. So 1-1 on Voigt. That one's fouled off, 1-2. So Voigt currently has his 31 on base 31 consecutive games of reaching base safely in jeopardy, as he has not reached base today. And right as I say that, he does reach on base. That'll be a single in the left field, deflected from Mondesi. So now his streak extends to 32 games. You hear the chants of Luke in the crowd. Actually, funny story. One time I was with my camp, and we got to see a Yankee game, and Kevin Youkilis was up at the plate, so I said, Uke, which a lot of Yankee fans did. I'm not the only one, not the only crazy one. And there's connects to me saying, how do you know my name? I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, my name's Luke. So that's how I met a guy named Luke that day. Yes, I said Uke. So I do rhyme. Good, makes sense why it's a misconception, but just some funny tidbit. And Garner shoots that through the gap. That's going to be to center field. Let's see if Voit will go to third. Nope, he stops a second. He's a big guy. Doesn't run too well. Not saying that big guys don't run well. Stanton and Judge run very well. But he's the type of big guy that does not run well. Yeah, they were playing almost totally pulled for Gardner. They had everyone on the right side of second base, and a third baseman just in for a bunt. So, yeah, Gardner just shot it through where the shortstop would be. Good piece of hitting there. Now we have 2 on for Frazier, who's been great with runners in scoring position. I think he's batted over 400 of that. And that ball is low, so 1-0. And 339, 5 homers, 14 RBIs, and 359 on base percentage. So you see the differential between average and on base. He's a bit of a free swinger. Doesn't walk too much. I think he strikes out a decent amount, but not a concerning one. I think last year was when he struck out a concerning amount, like something like 30%, but I think he's doing good. It's not that bad. That ball's fouled off, count 1-1. The ball boy. Well, but it's currently at 70 pitches. It depends what they do to him, but I think he could fire at least 6. At least 6 innings, that is. You want to see Frazier do well. I mean, this really is this Yankees left fielder of the future. That ball's low for a ball, 2-0. 2-1. Excuse me. Look, you want Gardner to be the best he can. And he could be the starting left fielder. But do I think that Frazier can produce more than him in the long run? Yes. And that ball is lofted into left center field. And Yalla, bye. Baseball, and that one's gone. And Yankees take a 5-0 lead. And right as I was saying that Frazier should make the most of this opportunity, and he's up in the big leagues and prove that he will be the Yankees' starting left fielder of the future, even this year too. It's his 6th homer of the season, 17 for RBI. That batting average goes up a bit. That on-base percentage goes up a bit. He's elbow 5-ing his teammates. Yankees are up 5-0. This was a game that was very close, but now he's starting to put it out of reach. Patson's throwing a gem. What's not to be happy about right now? Double sevens with a bomb to left center. That one may have probably went about like 380 or more. I think that was actually no. I think it was a 17 RBI. Tauchman fouls that one off. 0-1. Got to use my signature home run call there, Yalla by baseball, which is a work in progress, and I got to do that for more homers. Actually, no. I didn't see where the ball went, but apparently it cleared. That's a strike in the outside corner, 0-2 to Tauchman. But that ball cleared the bullpen. It went over the bullpen into the stands. That one, and by the bullpen, that's like 380. So, yeah, that could be about 400 feet, which is a majestic blast. Just running it down. That is homer. 1-2 count on Tauchman. That slider's low. 2-2. Swings and misses that one. So 2 away. That is Lopez's second strikeout. So every Yankee has reached base but Urshela. Let's hope he can change that. Urshela is a glove first defender. I would say he's kind of like, yeah, he's basically a Danny Hechavarria, but plays third base and not shortstop. I think Hechavarria is a bit of a better hitter, but not by much. And Hechavarria is also won a Gold Glove, but he's also a starter because he can hit a bit. So yeah, Hechavarria is a better hitter. I'm talking about or better player. I'm talking about Hechavarria as a better player because he was on the Yankees last year. So that ball that Frazier hit was at 106.8 miles per hour and 429 feet. And as I say, it hit the optimal launch angle of about 25 degrees. And yeah, just a good, majestic blast from him. The ball is rope foul. Count remains 0-2. Swings and misses that one, is tagged down on his way to first, so that's the third out, but not before. Frazier had a 3-run bomb. That one definitely deserved a yellow by baseball. And he's up 5-0 as Patson will look to beat his Yankees strikeout mark of 12 last time. And we head to the top of the 6th. We find another good song.
Since the little leagues through southern Florida, family scoured through the trees, through the pines of Georgia, way on up into Ohio, and over to Watson's Glen. Finally, we had found him. He was only 10. Out there in the potato fields at the edge of Idaho, he's just a young boy, but man, did he throw. He threw it 99, if he threw it at all. Out there in that pitcher's mound, he was 10 feet tall. He threw it 99, if he threw it at all. You never saw a boy with such a mean fastball. We talked to that boy, his eyes were wide and blue. We said to him, son, the future is for you. We talked to his mother and his father too. They were so happy if they only knew. He threw it 99, if he threw it at all. Out there in that pitcher's mound, he was 10 feet tall. He threw it 99.
So we are back. And that ball is fouled off from Hamilton. 0-2. Darn, I missed a pitch. And here comes the 0-2. That ball's popped up in foul territory. Ford is under it, 1 away. I think this will be Patson's last inning. Because last time, I think he threw like 108 pitches or so. And already at 86, probably against the 90s. I don't know if they would stretch him out twice. Maybe they would. They just have a comfortable lead. Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised by it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's this last inning. I wouldn't be surprised if he pitched another one. That cutter's low, 1-0. to Merrifield, making his third at bat. Has one of two hits today against Patson, one of two base runners. Balls hit right back to Patson, deflected off him and right to LeMahieu, and they get him out at first. So that goes 1-4-3. And that ball was deflected perfectly to hit off Patson's glove. It was a hot shot. Well, had a couple bounces right to him, but it was hit pretty decently hard. But then right to the glove of LeMahieu. Gave him a couple nice hops, and he beat Merrifield by like a step and a half. So 2 away. Mondesi up at the plate. The only MLB player to debut in the World Series. That ball's low, 1-0. That would be a good trivia question. Who was the injured player that Mondesi replaced on the World Series roster? That'd be interesting to look at. That ball's outside, 2-0. I forget which World Series it was. I forget if it was 2014 World Series or 2015. You actually let that up. As the Royals beat the Mets in 2015, but lost to the Giants in 2014. That one's fouled off, so 2-1. Patson 91 pitches now, so yeah, I think this will be his last inning. That's my prediction. I don't know if anyone warmed up, but they probably will after this happens. That ball's also fouled off, so quickly 2-2. So hopefully Patson will match his mark from last time, but in 2 innings shorter, which is very impressive. So we'll have to see a 12 strikeout here, get an even dozen. See if Yankees fans start to cheer for him. And that ball's inside, full count. Stadium doesn't look that crowded today. I mean, it's against the Royals, but it's a Sunday game. You would think there would be a good amount of people out. Swings and misses. That's strikeout number 12. That one at 97. And that's another 1-2-3 for Patson, 9 straight retired. We'll be interesting to see if he gets another one. But regardless, we head to the bottom of the 6th, and Yankees have a 5-0 lead.
You never saw a boy with such a mean basketball. On opening day, well, the crowd stood and cheered. Somewhere in the stands, his mother shed a tear. All his heart pounded loud to beat the band. Umpire walked out and put the ball in his hands. Be through with 99, did he through it at all? Out there in that pitcher's mound, he was 10 feet tall. Be through with 99, did he through it at all? You never saw a boy with such a mean fastball. Halfway through the game, somebody heard it pop. He cringed and held his arm when the umpire said stop. A hush came over the crowd as they held their breath in fear. Somewhere in the stands, his mother shed a tear. He threw with 99, did he threw it at all? Out there in that pitcher's mound, he was 10 feet tall. He threw with 99, did he threw it at all? You never saw a boy with such a mean fastball.
So we're in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a curve from the outside corner for strike 1. Jorge Lopez still in the game. He's one of the tallest guy, and he's very skinny. That ball's fouled off. Quickly 0-2 to Ford. Let me check how tall he is. And he ropes down the center, but Hamilton's right there. Kind of a little jump catch right there. That was interesting. Kind of unnecessary. It seemed, but he went a little bit off his feet. Yeah, just checking how tall this guy Lopez is. It's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. That ball was high, 1-1. So cool stat. Patterson is only the second Yankee with back-to-back 12 strikeout performances since David Cone. David Cone's the only one I've ever won.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Do you mind if I use your oven?
No, I don't mind. Go ahead.
Anyone else home?
Mario and Daniel are in their room. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good.
Nice.
I have holidays right now.
Yeah. So you're off from Army, right?
What?
You're off from Army, right?
Yeah, for 10 days.
Nice. That ball is popped up to shallow right field, but Solaire's under it to make the catch, 2 away. What was I was talking about before? Oh yeah, Lopez's height. He actually is 6'3". So that debunks my theory that he was small and skinny, which gave short people like me a hope for a second. For more short major leaguers. That ball's fouled off on 1. But yeah, I mean, Lopez has a pretty solid pitch count. This will be his last inning, almost definitely. He's at 89 pitches, but he was only like 80 or so last inning. So, you know, why not? Your pitcher's already doing not that great. Just leave him out there. See ya.
See ya.
Swings and misses.
After 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem. Swings and misses at the slider, 0-2. I want to Wade to just crush a homer. I think he only has 1. And there's a nice 2-seamer for strike 3. Yankees go down 1-2-3. Good bounce back inning from last inning in the 5th. And Frazier with the 3-run bomb. He's up 5-0 as we head to the top of the 7th.
Take me off your list. The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner, the national pastime went on trial. Talking baseball, Lazuski and Vanilla talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Duke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Well, KC was winning, and Aaron was beginning. One Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Mitch and Goodell, Thumper and Mel Parnell. And Ike was the only one winning down in Washington. I'm talking baseball. Lazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber, and the Duke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Now my old friend, the bachelor, well, he swore he was the Oklahoma kid. And Cookie played rookie to go and see the Duke. And me, I always...
And we are back. Patson is still in this game. 94 pitches. That ball's fouled off, 0-1. Gordon currently up the plate, lefty on lefty matchup. Prime opportunity for Pat since Baker doesn't strike out right here, meaning his 13th. Really where that comes from. Why would Baker add a nut strike down it? Maybe because customer value for buying 12. And Chet swing goes foul. Actually, pretty solid hit and just missed the coming fair and even turning into a double. So 0-2. You know, I could probably you don't see too many Yankees 10 strikeout games, even from 7. I would say you see a decent amount from him, but not too much. But this is a real treat right here. Seeing back-to-back solid performances from Patson. That ball's fouled off, 0-2. Count remains 0-2. Gonna write down that cool stat from earlier. I love writing down stats, by the way, if you didn't already know. So as it was the one about Patson joining David Cohn as back-to-back 12 strikeout starts, released 12 Ks. That ball's high, 1-2. So I'll just do play-by-play for now. Did he go? No, he did not, so count is now 2-2. And that ball's lays down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's going to be a double. First extra base hit of the game. Good throw from Talkman, but a bit offline. So on his 100th pitch, Gordon has himself a double. And Larry Rothschild on the phone right now, seeing if the bullpen is ready. That was a very tough call. It kind of like hit maybe 20 feet before third base in fair territory, and I guess it bounded over third base. So, yeah, got a double. And that was the first extra base hit. That ball's high, 1-0 to Dozier. That's what I was talking about also. Like, Passon was doing well. Already at like 94 pitches, threw 108 last time. Why would he push him to go 100? That's I don't like that. That ball's high, 2-0. I mean, what, was your bullpen so taxed the other day that that's what I don't like. I don't like seeing that. I don't like what Patson's a guy who has an injury history. Now 3-0 on Dozier, which is not great. He has an injury history, and they want him to reach 200 plateau, which is fine. I understand that. You want him to do that, of course. But all the injuries that's happening with his injury record, and the fact that he threw out like more than enough pitches last time. He just walked Dozier in 4 straight pitches, so now we have first and second. Why not leave off last inning on a good note? And he's still in the 90s, so that's an appropriate time to take him out. Why not save those innings for later in the season? Your bullpen's well rested from yesterday. As to not go through 7 strong. And why be greedy and just let him throw an extra inning now if he's cruising, which he was. What was that like? And didn't throw too many pitches last time. Let's say just about 100. Then why not? Why not have him go this extra inning? And Patson will exit the game now. So he throws 6+ scoreless as of now. Hopefully he'll stay that way. But yeah, it's just you don't like seeing that. I mean, he was dealing, but you're in the heart of the order. He threw a lot of pitches last time. If it was 95, took 103 or so. Obviously, that's something like, all right, yeah, why not? Why not throw him out there in overtime? But I thought they went to 110. Come on, take him out of 94. That's fine. He's thrown great. your relievers can have three innings of work after a great start from Tanaka. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing them booting throwing out there for another inning. And then look what happened. Gordon had some good cuts of getting some, had a double, and then passing of his first walk. He was not meant to go out there for this ever inning. So, I don't know. Now, if like your pitcher is cruising and your bullpen's taxed and you need to want to throw an extra inning, that's fine. Or like I mentioned earlier, that he threw a normal amount of pitches last time. Of course, let him go out there for another inning. He's doing great, but not the right situation to do this. I don't like that. Then you see other times where starters are doing well, but because it's a third time through the order and they don't have this amazing start, they just have out 2 base runners, and don't put them in again. That bugs me. It's like, why? This is not the opportunity to take them out. You take out pitchers when they aren't doing well, or you don't want to tax them, or like Patson, you don't want to tax him. That's the case here. So Canley's up, which is interesting. So Canley, if they're starting to trust a bit more again, and why not? He has 2.84 ERA, 6.1 innings of work with 8 Ks, 174 opponent batting average against, and he was a very, very good pitcher in 2016, 2017, one of the best actually, one of the most underrated. And ball inside 1-0, and he's found his velocity about now throwing 96, 97, not quite the 98 to 100, but we'll take it. So Patson went 6+ with 3 hits, 1 walk, and 12 Ks. Hopefully it'll be a scoreless outing, and that all depends on how Canley does here. That changeup's inside, 2-0. 6 straight balls from Yankee pitching, which is what you love to see. Just filling in some stuff, so just tune the play-by-play right now. I'll be pretty adamant as a scorecarder, which I like. And fouled that one off. He was ready for it, just fouled right back to the screen. A 2-0 fastball, not a cookie, which means a very good pitch down the middle. It was like a high fastball, so good way to challenge him. Here comes 2-1. And good changeup. It started right down the plate, right down the middle of the plate, and then just kept going in. Ended up not a strike on the inside corner. So 2-2. I wonder if they'll do a bit of Matt stuff right here, which I think they will. I think they'll have Canley pitch to Soler and Owens. Soler's up at the plate now. Now Brennan faced Judah. And good changeup for strike 3. Soler is not happy about that. He yells at the umpire a little bit. Umpire tells him to back off, and he does. But he's not happy about it. He's doing that on this way to the dugout. And it probably was a little low. But, yeah, very, very close. And great execution from Canley, too. Yeah, if you see where it ended up, it was definitely below the knees. But yeah, Soler not happy about that. So Owens up at the plate, takes a fastball outside for a strike, 0-1. We'll have to see a double play here. Now why? Because then you have Britton a fresh inning. And I'm a very big believer in giving pitchers fresh innings. Now if they're struggling, of course, have a reliever go in and help them out. But with this situation, why not let Canley throw an inning? Why not give Britton just a full frame? Okay, so Judah's a decent lefty who's up next. All right, you have a 5-0 lead. Why don't you let Canley get a challenge here? Why not let him face it? Why do you have to have Britton in? This makes a lot of sense. I mean, maybe you just want to bring it a little bit of work in, but I think it's unnecessary when you got to go lefty-righty matchup. If you are a lope or loopy, which is like a left what's it? It's like some funny acronym for like left-handed hitters only. But they're not. They're both not like that. So I think you give Canley this inning. I think you give Brennan next one, and then yeah, give whoever the ninth. If they still keep this 5-0 lead. They'll change it right down the middle. Good shot to right field, but Frazier will make the play. Couple feet away from the track. Gordon will go to third in the play. So we have 2 away with runners on the corners. Let's see if they take Canley out right here. I mean, why else would you warm up Britton? For Netson, maybe get some trouble, but 5-0 lead doesn't make that much sense. And Judah's already up at the plate, so no. I don't know why you warm up Britton then. Maybe just for insurance? I don't know. Very strange. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. At least Canley's doing good. So maybe the original impression was to face for Canley to face Judah, but seeing that Canley's doing well, why not have him then? But yeah, I don't like that. I think it's obviously not awful like Boone did. It's really not. My fastball's high, 101, but I think making Paxton go at first 7 innings unnecessary. I think having a backup guy right away as Canley's absolutely unnecessary. Just making guys work when they don't have to. Yeah. So yeah, not too happy about that. But let's hope Canley just gets out of this unscathed. Swain's missed a good changeup, 1 and 2. I would say Canley is a very good version of Tyler Clippard. Clippard only threw a fastball 90 miles per hour and then threw a changeup like 78. Canley throws a fastball like 96 to 98, and then he has a changeup at like 88 to 90. It's a very good changeup, and yeah, that's what you like to see. And here comes the 1-2, and fouls off a good fastball. Count remains 1 and 2. Judah is a former Met and I believe a former Ray as well. I think he's had at least one 30-homer campaign, and also had a 3-homer game before, which is both impressive. I don't think he was an all-star. And fouls off a changeup. So count still remains 1 and 2. I don't know who Paxton looks like, but it's almost like more than clean shaven. It's like he's so clean shaven that it's not a baby face, but it almost reminds me of like a Wallace Gromit character. It's kind of weird. And he just kind of has that like face. I mean, nothing against Paxton. No, I love the guy, but it just reminds me of like a cartoon character in a way for whatever reason. And fouls off a tough changeup again. So Judah putting up a very good at bat right here. So he spoiled, I think, back-to-back changeups. So do you go high fastball here? He also fouled off a high fastball. So what do you go? Do you go triple up the changeup? Maybe just have a miss. Maybe fastball outside corner. Maybe try to time up a fastball inside. See what they go with here. They're going to have to change up low. Yep, low changeup. Misses for a ball. That one at 92. Counts now 2 and 2. Martin Maldonado's on deck. See if the plan was to face Judah, like lefty on lefty for Britton to face Judah. Now because the righty's at Maldonado, there's strike 3, right down the pipe. And Yankees get out of this. Patson doesn't allow an earned run thanks to Canley's good relief outing. And Yankees still up 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. Oh, I forgot to put on music. My bad. And the inning's almost over, so. All right, so we are back. I believe it's a partly cloudy day in New York. Actually, it's very cloudy right now. Put on my sweatshirt really quick. It's a little chilly in here. Yeah, I know, my hair does not look good. I played a baseball game earlier. I need a haircut. I don't remember my hair being this long last time. Well, at least up front, as I had my roommate cut the sides. That ball's high, 1-0. Is Lopez still in this game? Yes, he is. That's a little surprising. That ball's fouled off. 1-1. Yeah, I gotta fix this. That's why I wear the hat. That ball is lined into right, but Soler's there. Went away. That was Lopez's 94th pitch. I mean, I guess that's the mindset. Like, hey, our bullpen's been taxed. We're down 5-0. Maybe not too much of a great chance that we will win this game. So why not? Why not throw our guy out who's given up 5 runs and having a good pitch count? Out for another inning. That ball's high, 1-0 to Voit. Chad Green warming up the pen for the Yankees. So they didn't even use Britton. That's annoying because this could have been off day for Britton, which is nice. Relievers, they need off days, especially someone as quality as Zach Britton. So instead, you made him put in work when it was not needed. You didn't even put him in the game. Why would you have a reliever never back him another reliever when you're leaving a starter and you have a 5-0 lead? That makes no sense. That ball's inside for a strike, 1-2 to Voit. Lopez working quickly here. Curve misses in the dirt, 2-2. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that they even had Britton out there just throwing. I don't like that. If you're going to take passing out, do it right away. Do that with a full inning, and don't have a reliever back him another reliever like that. It's weird. And Voit did go around. He's not happy about it. That is Lopez's 4th strikeout. And here, Voit shout the F word on the way back. So Royals do have a lefty in a pen. His last name's Lovelady, so that's interesting enough in itself. Gardy is the lefty up right now, but it looks like Lopez is going to throw to him. Yes, he will. Hoping to retire an 8th straight batter. That ball's low, 1-0. That's a very strange alignment. So they basically have no one up the middle. They have Merrifield way off to the right side. They have Judah way back on the first base side. That ball's grounded up the middle. That was perfect. You know how funny that was? That was amazing. They had literally shortstop caved in a bit, then all the way to like maybe 30 feet away from first base. That was just all real estate area right there. And Gardner hit it right on the right side, way past second base where he couldn't get it. And yeah, so Gardner had himself a 2nd straight hit where he just beat the shift like that. Like, I don't really think Gardner's the guy to shift against that well. I would say if you're going to shift against him, you have one guy playing up the middle, one guy shortstop and deep in the hole, like on the outfield grass. And then you have a third baseman playing like, not shortstop, of course, but somewhere between third and short in. I would say that's a good alignment against him. But even then, I mean, Gardner can easily just slap it through the 5-5 hole, which is between third and short. So, yeah, I don't think Gardner's the best guy to shift on. Now, if you want to shift against him in the outfield, I'd say that's a great idea. I'm sure they do, because he doesn't hit too many deep fly balls to left field, so I would definitely have the left footer in. You just kind of almost play the gaps, try to cut off, like almost have no doubles defense against him, as he's very fast. So 1-1 count in Frazier. This will be Lopez's 104th pitch, probably the last batter he'll face. Maybe they want the lefty and lefty for Talkman. Maybe that was the reasoning behind that, which is probably what's going to happen if Frazier gets on. There's a good changeup on the inside corner, 1-2. So against the Angels on Monday night at 10, Matt Harvey is pitching for the Angels. I would have loved to see that, as I've not seen Matt Harvey pitch in ages, but I will be missing that, unfortunately, as I'm on my flight to Spain. That's a good reason to miss it, of course. But wish it just wasn't Matt Harvey day for that. That ball's low. I'm sure so many Mets fans could get triggered by that Harvey day. They used to have this thing for when who would pitch? Dwight Gooden. When Gooden would pitch, they had Gooden Day, or I think they had for receiver, one of those big name Mets players for like every 5 days. When they would come out and the pitcher would pitch on the 5th start, they would just be like, oh, it's like Gooden Day, or it's Seaver Day. You're going to see a very good game. They have that with the crowd now, of course. Harvey Day. And now Harvey's definitely the shell pitcher he once was. He was a couple time All-Star and then just fell off the face of the earth. And not even doing well for the Angels now. Signed to a 1-year, I think, $10 million deal, which is an overpay. And currently rewarding them with a 9.64 ERA. Frazier swings and misses a good changeup. That is, I believe, Lopez's 5th strikeout and goes 7 innings. Not strong innings, but 7 innings of work, to say the least. And we head to the top of the 8th.
Well, now it's the 80s. And
Still
where
cooking?
is the
Huh?
greatest?
It's still cooking?
Bobby Bonds.
Yeah, just another little bit.
Roses at the vet. Rusty again is a Met. And the great Alexander is pitching again in Washington. I'm talking baseball. Like Reggie Quisenberry, talking baseball. Carew and Gaylord Perry. Seaver, Darby, Schmidt, and Vida Blue. If Coop is down, Fluke, they'll be with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey. It was Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey. I'm talking Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey. Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey, say hey.
Find another music or song for you guys. Is this a song? No, it's a song. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that. My- Unfortunately, also the game wasn't on and just got back on while the broadcast wasn't working. Some Wi-Fi problem, which makes sense why both my computer and iPad were slow. Anyway, 3-1 count to Billy Hamilton now hitting from the left side as Green's are righty. And let's second for the second straight inning, which isn't great. But you love to see your first baseman have a pop-up hit, or then have a pop-up hit against your first baseman. That's just shows you the quality of this Yankees defense, especially their infield defense. I felt like, yeah, that's not good. What was I gonna say? I mean, look, Burr's not the greatest defender, as is Voit. He was just back in for Ford, but he just missed a share. I just like I'm okay about the power department with Teixeira. I know it was very nice, but like we have guys who can maybe uphold that. Maybe not to quite the extent, but they can have some decent power. Voit and Bird and Ford as a collective, but I missed out defense. I missed the defense. I missed just not worrying about anything over there, and it's just I missed that. I know it's probably the least important position on a baseball field, but I mean, you know what I mean? It's the least important, like being very good at that position. So 0-1 count to Merrifield takes a fastball for a strike. But yeah, you don't like seeing that. You don't see poor defense. And I don't know the circumstance of that situation, but it doesn't sound good. About gets past David LeMahieu. Frazier fields it, and he will not go home. So bases are juiced. Bases loaded to Green, who's had his struggles, has an 8.59 ERA. And just hasn't been able to find his groove. And many people suspect that Green is being figured out, which, based on how he regressed last season, which was, eminent from his great 2017 campaign, and how he's just doing awful this season, there could be some figuring out here and there. And it makes sense how some relievers only last a couple of years or have only a couple of good seasons, as only threw 2 pitches, so eventually figured out. And wow, they're actually going to take him out. Only faced 3 batters, all of them reached base, none of them scored, but they're going right to Ottaviano, who they trust. Maybe that's Ottavino, that's how you pronounce his name. Maybe that's why they took out that Canely pitch, where they had Britton warming up, is that they don't have a lot of guys they trust in this bullpen. That's also shows you why having Dylan Betances on the DL is hugely unfortunate, as he's just such a big part of this pen. And even though he can be wild at times, last year was a very, very good year, and he cut down his walk rate. And yeah, I miss Betances, and I'm sure the Yankees do too. So we have Ottavino, number 0, coming up, who a couple of days ago made history when the first pitcher wearing 0, Ottavino, pitched to a hitter wearing 0, Terrence Gore, which never happened before, of course. So yeah, pretty cool stat. Be a bit happier if it wasn't bases loaded right now, even though it's a 5-run game. Could easily get wiped away very quickly. Maybe put on a good baseball scene. It's a good one.
Little boy in a baseball hat stands in the field with his ball and bat. Says, I am the greatest player of them all, puts his bat on his shoulder and he tosses up his ball. The ball goes up and the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. Now the little boy.
So we are back on Ovinos now in the game. It's a .9 ERA so far, 10 innings of work with 15 Ks, doing very well. Slider just misses the outside corner, 1-0. So it is very disappointing to see Green pitch like this, as he is one of Yankees' most efficient relievers. And that ball was roped into right field, and that will get down. There'll be at least 2 runs. Kind of handcuffs Frazier, but he gets it cleanly. I think the runner's going to be at the corners, too. Nope, it's a double, as Mondesi is fast. So second and third. And the Royals cut their Yankees lead to 3, as it's now a 5-2 ball game. Yeah, that was a hanging slider that just got yanked into right for a double. Even though Frazier got it before the wall, I mean, he didn't have the greatest, he didn't have any momentum on it, as it kind of handcuffed him. And Mondesi's also very fast. And yeah, so 4 straight Royals have reached bases today, and now it's within a save distance and very good striking distance, as the tying run is up at the plate and Alex Gordon takes a fastball down the pipe for strike 1, 0-1 to him. Just got to write what happened really quick. So just doing play-by-play for now. Did he go? No, he did not. So count still 1-1. So count's now 1-1. Willie Peraza, I think he was a former Brewer. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Willie Peraza's
Wish you
former
good
Brewer.
night.
What?
Wish you good night.
Good night.
Thanks
Yeah.
for using your own.
No problem, man. Wait, did you turn it off? Oh, yeah. No problem. No problem. And here comes the 1-1. And that's a hanger into right field, and he runs out of room, and this game is tied. Jeez. Royals have scored 5 runs this inning. See you, Sasha.
Yeah.
Royals have scored 5 runs this inning, and they've made it all the way back. And Ruin and Pattinson's great start. And jeez. I mean, obviously, Ottavino's at fault for this. He made the double and then homer. But he's allowed to have a bad day. He's pitching great. He's pitched great so far. But Green, come on, Green. You can't come in and put the bases loaded. I'm more annoyed at him. Oh, God. That's Jordan's 4th homer. Matches number on his back. That's amazing. That's just awful. And now another deep shot. And that one's going to be gone too. And now the Royals are up 6-5. And Ottavino can't believe it. I can't believe it. No one in the Yankees can believe it. That this 6-5 lead just got erased within the last 3 batters. What the heck? What the actual heck? Come on. I mean, the only thing keeping the Yankees going right now is their pitching and how these new guys are stepping up. But you know what? Even when you put a 5 spot on the board, even when you had great outing from your starter, they still find a way to screw it up. And I'm not saying this game is over, because it certainly is not. But, God, that is just awful. Jeez. I'm just going to do play-by-play, so you got to write this down. That ball's low. So 2-0. So then starts off 2 straight balls to Soler. Another good power hitter. That's great. Come on, this team won 100 games last year. You're telling me that their bullpen, which is supposed the best in baseball can't handle a 5-run lead. That's utterly ridiculous. My ball's fouled off, 2-1. If it sounds like I'm annoyed right now, it's because I am. That's very, very frustrating. Yankees could very well lose this game because of this right now. They are now behind. Even by a run, even though Royals pitching isn't that great, to score a run in the last 2 innings, that's still tough for any team. Swings miss a fastball 2-2. Ball in the dirt, full count. Yeah, they're reshowing a slider. I mean, just in the lefty's wheelhouse. That's just not good. And good slider that Soler swings and misses on, 1 away. Surprisingly, Ottavino's only thrown 12 pitches this inning. So, nice to see him finish it off, save the bullpen a little bit. I mean, they have more than 24 hours of rest as they're playing a 10 p.m. game on Monday, East Coast time, which is 5 a.m. Israel. Fastball for strike 1. Now he finds his groove. But the damage has already been done. His ERA shot up from 0.9 to 3.48. God, that's insane. It just shows you how early it is in the season and how few innings relievers pitch as well. The ball's go 1-1. Just for measures, that slider's low, 2-1. Well, what is Chad Green's ERA right now? I mean, it must have jumped up. Didn't retire a single batter. All 3 inherited runners scored. So what's your ERA? Probably like 12. Ball's low, 3-1. And yeah, it's over 12. It's 12.27. So even worse than I thought. Like, yes, I'm annoyed out of it, But do I know that relievers have bad days? Yes, this is a bad day. But what came before that? What came before that was Chad Green not being able to retire a hitter and being sucky once again. Now, if you're a reliever and have like 5 consecutive awful outings, then yeah, that's awful. But if you have one bad outing like this, gives it back-to-back homers and an RBI, I mean, that's a lot. But, relievers implode from time to time again. And, yeah, it's just not good. Just frustrating. Also, by the way, of course this happens. Owens walks. Now they have someone up. Not when he just back-to-back hits. No, they give up. They give up after the strikeout and the walk. After all the damage has been done, then you get someone warmed up, which is very strange. So now Ottavino will have to pitch to another batter, probably 2 batters at least. They get to 25 pitches, probably will. And he might be shut down for a day. That's a lot of pitching. And he's your second best reliever, which is not good. So not great going into Anaheim right now. And they might lose this game too. Ball's outside, 1-0. Joseph Harvey's in the pen. So now they're going to their C reliever because their A relievers couldn't get the job done. And here comes the 1-0. Slider misses, 2-0. So now Ottavino can't find a strike. And why didn't you put in a reliever when he was giving up hits? Makes no sense. That's when you go belly to belly relievers. Not when they're doing well. Not when they already have a 5-run lead. No, when he gives the first hit, oh shoot, he's not on today. Boom, let's get another reliever up. Jeez, right now putting him out here is just not good. Even though he just get an out on the pop up, which is right to Urshela makes the play, 2 away. So Royals battled around last time with Judah up, and now Maldonado's up. Oh, so apparently the pop to first base wasn't just like, oh, he missed it. It was in betweener between first, second, and right. So that makes me feel a bit better. But it all started off with that, with Maldonado's loop single. Real damage done by the double and the 2 homers, though. Yes, Yankees, they still can come back. Of course they can. Who'd they have up? I should be more positive. They have Tauchman or Shella Ford, which is not what you want to hear. There's a strike. 0-1 to Maldonado. Maybe it'll start something. I mean, come on, they did something earlier in the game, right? They should be able to score a run. Hey, Willard Peralta's going to pitch for them. He's not that great. There's a fastball for a strike on 2. Actually, before this awful outburst by the bullpen, he said relievers have had 5 runs in the last 21.2 innings, which is phenomenal. And that was probably their best stretch all season with that. And this just blew it open. So, tough to hear. Very tough to hear. And you give Jorge Lopez, who's allowed 5 runs for 7 innings to win, and Slider misses for strike. Slider swings and misses for strike 3. So finally away from this horrendous inning. Not before. Royals score 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, and stranded runner on first. And he's down 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
Doesn't say a word. Picks up his ball. He is undeterred. Says I am the greatest there has ever been. He grits his teeth and he tries it again. The ball goes up, the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. He makes no excuses, he shows no fear. He just closes his eyes and listens to the cheer. Then the boy adjusts his head, picks up his ball, stares at his bat, says I am the greatest, the game is on the line, and he gives his all one last time. And the ball goes up like the moon so bright, swings his bat with all his might. The world's still can be, the baseball falls. And that's strike 3. Now it's supper time, and his mama calls. Little boy starts home with his bat and ball. Says I am the greatest, that is a fact. But even I didn't know I could pitch like that. Says I am the greatest, that is understood. But even I didn't know I could pitch that good.
That ball's way outside for ball 1 to Tauchman. So former solid starter, Willard Peralta. I think he was a pretty solid starter, yeah. Mentioned that twice, regardless. Ball's low, 2-0. He's now Royals reliever, which shows you that's a downgrade. Then he has to sit CRA too. So perfect guy to get a run back. Don't let it go to Alex Colomé or whoever the heck is the Royals closer. And that ball was laced down the left field line and is fair and in play. Doesn't go to the fans. And he gets a double. So, attaboy Tauchman. Let's get this started. Come on, we can't lose this game. Can't lose this game. That was a nice piece of hitting right there. The ball was running off the plate, running outside, and he just went with it. It's a good piece of hitting for Tauchman. I don't even think it's a ground rule. Let me check. Was it a ground rule double? I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't a ground rule double. It's just a normal double. But, okay, this is where almost not even having the star power might be a good thing. That ball's slow, 1-0. Runner in second, no outs. Baseball for its first, 80 years or first century, starting 1869, even more than that, can get a runner from second with no outs almost every time because their hitters had the approach of going the other way and making productive outs. There's a strike in the outside corner, 1-1. So, Rochella, not the best hitter. I don't care if he's batting .290 right now. He's not the best hitter. He needs to get a productive out, at least. At the very least. He could single and get a home run. That's great. But he has to hit something to the right side on the ground or just move Tauchman over some way, somehow. He does. Ground to first, but won't get the runner over as it has hit very hard. Hey, not a bad approach. Not angry about that at all, actually. He could have struck you out. He could have popped up. No. He had a hard ground ball to the right side. Yeah, okay, that happens. Not angry at that. So I'm glad he was trying to go with the productive out approach. But now, you just cannot score a run on productive out and use someone to come through here, which is definitely a more difficult thing to ask. The ball was hit right to the first baseman, Judah, by the way. Hard hit ground ball that he scooped up and then just stepped on the bag. So no way that Tauchman can go to third. That ball was outside, 1-0. So Ford already has first major league hit today. We'll hope to get a second major league hit. Chapman in the pen just in case. I'm sure Harvey will go in if the game isn't tied or Yankees are leading. And the crowd is going off right now, trying to rally this Yankees team. Fastball low and outside for a strike, 1-1. You can hit that one out here. Find a good pitch you want to hit. What are we going to do? You get a fastball outside again? Excuse me. And that's I think a changeup that missed inside. Something off speed. Yeah, Ford seems pretty patient. So yeah, look for a good pitch to hit. He'll drive Tauchman in. And know what? This game will be tied at least. Come on, right here, right now. Come on, Ford. Show me that you're better than Bird. And it gets okay, so this would happen. It was a ground ball hit to Judah. I thought I got by him, but he just booted it, picked it up through to first base, the pitcher covering, and got the out. So, solid. And Judah kept the ball in front of him, so that was the most important thing. And got the runner out too. But yeah, so runner on third, which is solid. Tauchman has good speed, so wild pitch should score a run. Throw mine up. Who can be pretty clutch? Yeah, you're definitely going on a wild pitch. And if they don't score this inning, that would, of course, it would suck. But at least we have 9-1-2 up next inning, which should be good. So it's just the right guys, except for Wade. But maybe he'll do something. Maybe Roman will do something right here too. But the chances of him being clutch for second time today, not too likely. I would really, really want to. Please prove me wrong. Please, 100% prove me wrong. Please get that hit. Please tie up this game. Wild pitch that score gets the run. That's great. I'm happy with it. But I want to see Romine do a job here. Come on. Swings and misses at a good, I think that's a changeup. I don't know what that was. Something at 81 miles per hour. That's different from the 90. I think it wasn't. That one was a changeup. Come on, Ron. Be smart here. Come on. Find a way. Find a way. Come on, please. And Yankees don't have that thick of a bench. The ball's outside 2-1. So, no, they are going to go with Wade. Torres isn't on deck. They have Wade up, which is interesting in itself. I would personally have Torres up. So, Romine's their best chance, which is not the worst thing in the world. It could be Wade. Maybe Wade will come through after him. And Grabo gets it through. And the Yankees tie this game. Thank you. Thank you for proving me wrong, Romine. Sorry I doubted you. I have reason for doubt until I see it, and then I can correct it. That is fine. Regardless, it's a sit game. We are back in this. Shouldn't have given it the 5-run lead to begin with, but makes the game more interesting, keeps you on your toes. Nice to see Romine doing well, being clutch, being the great backup catcher that he is, sometimes starting catcher. That was great. Sharp ground ball to get by, that got a 5.5 hole past Dozier. And not the shortstop hole, not the third base hole, in between them. Sits game. Come on, we do something right here. Get an RBI double. Come on, put the Yankees ahead. Come on. Do something crazy here. Oh, no, Torres is up. That's interesting. But I saw Wade on deck. Okay. That makes me happier. Come on, Torres. Hit a ball. I'm not 3. That was 2, gentlemen. That was my first. No, yeah, it was not a perfect scorecard to begin with. Curveball for strike 101. So this is the Royals' 8th blown save this season, which makes me feel good because it makes me think that there's a worse bullpen out there than the Yankees bullpen right now, even if it's not today. But yeah, good to know that we have a bad bullpen here too. No, we have Chapman coming up. He'll throw a scoreless inning. Who do we have up for the Royals? We have 9-1-2. That's not the perfect thing to hear, but that's okay. Even if Torres gets out right now, you know who we have? We have 1, 2, 3 coming up next inning. Our actual starters, which is good to hear. And that curve misses outside, 3-1. The Torres, who was originally getting an off day because the Yankees could not handle a 5-0 lead and perfect circumstance, is now back in the game, or now playing today's game. And you really want those off days for anyone when they can. Curveball in for a strike, full count. Nothing but curves right now. Double in the gap should score Romine, even though he's not that fast as he's throwing the pitch. That'd be a good solid double. Be close, very close. Swings and misses a good changeup, and that's the third out. But Romine comes through in the clutch yet again, his second RBI of the day, an RBI single to left. Game tied 6-6. Chapman should be coming in, so we head to the top of the 9th. Play some music for you guys. We're running out of good songs. I got one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Fenway Park. Leading off for the Dropkick Murphys, playing the bagpipes, number 17, Scruffy Wallace. Wallace on bagpipes. On drums, number 55, Matt Kelly. Kelly on drums. On electric guitar, number 77, James Lynch. Lynch on electric guitar. On lead guitar and today on piano, number 7, Mark the Kid Orell. Orell on piano. Playing mandolin, acoustic guitar, tin whistle, and accordion, number 44, Tim Brennan. Brennan on a slew of instruments. On vocals and bass guitar, team captain, number 19, Ken Casey. Casey on vocals and bass guitar. And starting tonight with lead vocals, number 00, Al Barr. Barr.
That wasn't so much a song yet. That's a song. The Cuban Missile, Aroldis Chapman, is now up, facing 9-1-2. Not the type of guys you want to be facing, but that's okay. We have Chapman up, our best reliever. Please let me throw a scoreless outing. That's not too hard to ask, is it? As this bullpen has already imploded once today, really twice from Green and Ottavino, but hopefully it won't do so again. Got a run in. Roman was clutch. Catcher receiving. Chapman is clutch. So please let him have a good outing. That's all I ask. Not too much. Heard that baseball song earlier. That baseball glove song. All I want for Christmas baseball golf. All I want for Pesach is a scoreless setting, which does not come to a good start, as it's a single up the middle. And now Merrifield is up, and also Billy Hamilton's on the base paths. See him smiling at first. That's not good. That's not good. That's exactly what you didn't want. Great. We'll see how the Yankees get out of this one. If they get out of this one. Yeah, how much you want to bet that Hamilton's going to try to go? How much? And Chapman tries to pick him off, but just for show, essentially. Hamilton's, of course, going to be safe. He's not going to be fooled on Chapman's pickoff. I was saying that too. Pitch out would be good. I wish Chapman had a better move. And he's going right away. And no throw, and he's in there. And of course that happens. He can even steal third, I bet, if he wanted to. And he just might. And first motion, he's going. I mean, sometimes lefties in some ways are easier to steal off of because, well, especially with Chapman, as he just rears back. And once you cross that leg, you can go. There's no 45-degree angle anymore. If you keep your leg perpendicular to the ground, then you can still throw to first at a 45-degree angle at most. But once that leg goes back, back behind the rear leg, game on. And Hamilton had that easy. And there's strike 2 in the outside corner. I think Hamilton will abide by the rule, hopefully, of don't make the first or last out at third. And they do have their best hitter up too, so you don't want to lose that. So stealing second is almost too easy for him. So that's almost a given that he would take it safely. That's at 100. That's good to see. That makes me happy. This is the first time I've seen Chapman throw 100 this year. Actually, maybe second, but still. That's always good to see. You just got to get Merrifield out, which is tough. This is nerve-wracking. Swings and misses at 100-mile-per-hour fastball out of the zone. One away. Come on, let's get this bread. Sorry, my team's still running on Raiders for Israel, and we say let's get that bread whenever we win a game. So hopefully that's a good omen for the Yankees, who should take a piece of that advice and win some ball games, especially winnable ball games. It's okay. Sometimes games are messy. Sometimes you win from them, and sometimes you see cool walk-offs. Should love to see. Got the best hitter out, but now you got to get two more. The ball just low, third consecutive 100-mile-per-hour pitch. Love seeing that. That's a good sign. I think he's on today. I think Chapman's going to throw good. He just, Hamilton's fast. Does he make the dare for third? He really could. You got two hot hitters up at the plate, so it'd be interesting to see if he does. But I'll take a good size lead. And Chapman does a spin move. No one's covering, but Hamilton still slides back. Has the government on, of course. I would say him, Merrifield, Mondesi, and Terrence Burr all have the government somewhere. I would say the best speedsters have that. So why not? If you can add a couple inches, put yourself in a better position to be safe. Makes sense. 70 career steals at third base. My God. Most in MLB since 2013. He looks like he's going to go right now. And he is. And he's safe. Of course he is. And Hamilton did abide by the old adage of, don't try to steal, don't make the first or last out at third. So perfect opportunity to go. This one out. Chapman did it too. And wasn't the worst throw, but Urshela can handle it. It would have been safe regardless. So maybe a perfect throw would have got him, but you have to be perfect for Hamilton. Infield is in. I mean, really, you just need to strike out here. You need a strikeout here, 100%. Mondesi's fast too, so he gets on base. He's stealing second, and that'll be interesting to see what they do with that. There's a strike down the pipe, 2-1. A failed bunt attempt from Mondesi, couldn't catch up to it, of course. Torres takes over at short. We do have 1, 2, 3 coming up, so if the Royals do score a run here, which they're in very prime position to do so, then fastball just missed. You can't give in to this guy. Okay, so if he makes contact, come on, it won't be that great contact. Maybe he'll go to an infielder right away. One just missed outside. You can't have him on base either. He'll steal second, be second and third. They'll make things a lot worse. Swings, misses, inside fastball, full count. Do you dare go with the slider here? Do you dare? I mean, fastball inside looked very good. It's a full count of Mondesi right here. This is payoff pitch right here. If Chapman needed a strikeout any time, this is right here. Right here, right now. Come on, we need someone to be clutch. And he fouls it one off. 100 on the black. Fouled off. He has to do it again. Rochelle is talking to Hamilton at third. Even in a very close, excruciating game, have some fun in the baseball field between opposing teams. I think that happened one time within our game, and I was very annoyed at one of our players for chatting one of the other opposing team's players up after we give a huge lead. I would not be like that. Be only focused on the game. And swings and misses a high fastball. There we go. 2 outs. A normal out. Be out of this inning. Be out of this inning for good. Be gone. You have a chance of winning this. Come on. And Mondesi stares Chapman down before heading back into dugout. He is not happy about that. So now their hottest hitter up, the man who hit a 3-run homer himself to tie up this game. Alex Gordon. Ooh, would you like to see a strikeout right here? I want to see one of those knee-buckling sliders. I want to see him look pathetic up there. I am angry about the 3-run homer he hit, and nothing be sweeter than a nice job. Chapman getting him out. And that ball's fouled off, out of play, 0-1. Stroy Hill is in place so that Urshela can make the catch, but it wasn't. So I would say this is the break-in. I would say Chapman should throw two innings if they don't score. You have a bunch of guys who can, a bunch of very good relievers, or so-called good relievers, so they should be able to have closers, guys who can close for tomorrow. Plus, it's more than 24 hours, maybe be okay. Fastball just missed outside, 1-1. Then I would say it's Broden and then probably Harvey. Harvey's their long guy. So, yeah, kind of like this year's version of AJ Cole, except he's a good prospect. Trying from Double-A, so maybe not completely like AJ Cole. Fastball nearly nicked him, but takes it for a ball, 2-1. Now, one more guy, Chapman, and then he could rest. Rest better. 1, 2, 3 batters up. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. We've only seen fastballs so far. I don't think they go with the slider against Gordon, as he crushed that one last time up. Ian Kennedy's up. Oh, that's rich. Ian Kennedy, who signed a 5-year, $70 million deal with the Royals, is now a reliever for them. Fastball just missed outside. Come on, it's too fast for you to tell between the ball and strike. Come on, call that one. 3-1. I don't think you throw a slider here. Maybe a changeup. I mean, come on, you can't slow his bat up. That's the thing. If he's going to hit a homer any pitch, he's going to hit one that speeds his bat up. So, yeah. Fastball in the outside corner. Where was Gordon going? That was an obvious strike. He's not happy about it. He knows it, but he's not happy with it. Full count. Come on, Chapman. One more strike. This one fouled off. And can be completely a force out if necessary. One more. Come on. If you throw an off-speed pitch, you better locate it. You better locate it. I don't care if you're walking. I don't care, but I won't care too much. Yep, throwing straight fastball here. But everyone knows what's coming. Come on. And that ball was lofted in the center field, right to Gardner. He can't see it, but makes the catch. Whoo, that was scary. That was scary. Whew. He was like bending his knees. He couldn't see it, but he still made the play very awkwardly. He like caught him and went like that. Whew. Yankees get out of that as we head to the bottom of the ninth. That was scary. A very exciting game, but it's only exciting and good if the Yankees win and maybe not give up a 5-run lead. Butcher prefers like a 2-2 game, very close, not where it's a game they should have had. Hold on 1 second. I just gotta put a stat in. Gosh.
Sometimes when the game is on the line, Tessie always carried them away up the road from third base to Huntington. The boys would always sing and swing. 2, 3, 4, Tessie, I say my creation, but I hear them mess around. Boston, we are, and I hear my voice is out. Don't let my city ever doubt you. You know we couldn't live without you. Rudy showed up at the grounds one day. They found the seats had all been sold. McGreevy led the charge into the park, stormed the gates and put the game on hold. This game the other team a dreadful pride. Boston's 10th man could not be wrong. Not from third base to Huntington, they sang another victory song. 2, 3, 4, to sing.
So Yankees escape the Royals. Billy Hamilton, who really just provided all the offense there with a single and then 2 stolen bases. Man, is he scary, especially against guys who are very slow to the plate, like Chapman. Yeah. No one better than Gardner. I mean, not too many, at least. Make that play. That was incredible. Imagine that ball dropped for an error. I would have been livid. Livid. Who is this guy? Scott Barlow, 2.25 here, 8 innings, 10 Ks. Okay, he's pretty solid. Come on, 1, 2, 3 right here. Hey, what's goody? How you doing, man? Strike on the inside corner. What? What did I do? What did you get? Of course. You're in a good mood. Foul tips that 1, 1, and 2 to LeMahieu. If you're just tuning in now, Yankees erased, we're up 5-0, and then Raw Sports 6 unanswered runs in the 8th against Green and Ottavino. Yankees tied it up in bottom of the 6th. So tie game right now, 2-2 count to LeMahieu. No one better than our 1, 2, 3. So looks like they won't have Chapman going to as Britton's in the pen. He's not pitching just yet, as he's pitched a little bit earlier and doesn't want to overwork him. And LeMahieu grounds to short, fires to first, and looks like he's on the bag. They call him out. Don't think we'll see a replay for that one away. How you doing?
You're a little bitch, you know that?
Why? What did I do? Do you give me this? Or is that for you? What is this? The Finlandia? It's for me? Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure that was for me. Thank you. And 50 chef. What? What? Oh, very nice from Dallas, leaving me off some a nice gift. Go downstairs and say thank you. That's why he was saying that to me, which makes sense. I didn't realize that. I thought that was just for him. I have to run downstairs after this half inning. 1-1. Well, he'll come back up. He's listening to the game. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1 and 2. I want to shut the music off, but I also know he just gave me a nice gift, and I was a bit of a jerk to him, but like middle of broadcast, so. That ball's low and in the dirt, 2 and 2. I'm not going to turn down that, even though I really want to, because it's distracting my broadcast. Swains misses that one 2 away. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll be more in tune. So we had Voigt strike out. That's 2 away. This game started at 8:09 Israel time, 1:09 New York time. So this game is just above the 3-hour mark. I thought it was be under. It would have been under if they had kept the lead. There's a strike, 0-1 to Gardy. Imagine Gardner just hits a walk-off homer right now. Imagine how cool that'd be. Can we please make that happen? Oh. Gardner has a hit today. Frazier on deck has hit today. Talkman's a hit. So we're in the heart of our order, guys. Not in the stereotypical heart of the order you want, which is like, you know, Stanton, Sanchez, maybe Void after that, maybe Torres, something like that. But this will have to do. And hopefully they will come through. That ball's low, 2 and 1. Come on, Gardner. Come on. Let's see. Get on base. Find a way. You're very good at that. Come on. That ball's outside. 3-1. If Gardner gets on base, would he try to steal? Who's on deck? Frazier? Frazier's still for Emerson's scoring position, so maybe. Now he's a 3-run homer this game, so it'd be a risk. It's not guaranteed like Hamilton. There's no chance of getting him with slow guys like Chapman. That also went off, so full count. Bar looking pretty good right now. So the full count right now. Guard needs to find a way. Catcher showed number 3, so probably an off-speed pitch. It was, and Gardner fouls it out of play. Count remains full. Come on, find a way. You're very, very, very good at that. I mean, even though Guardy's on-base percentage is it's not what it used to be, just like 360 plus, 350, 360 plus. He still has a very good differential between his batting averages and his on base, which means he walks a lot. So he can do that. If that was that one off, that would have been a strike. So having a good battle right here. I think this will be at least a 9th pitch of the at-bat. Really could use this guy. Burton's probably starting to throw a bit more. Fouls went off too. He's swinging straights. Yeah, that's actually 8 pitches is about. This will be number 9. That makes sense. I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with the announcers say, which is the more pitches you foul all, the more pitches you fight for, better chance to get something good there. Don't make a mistake. And grounds out up the middle, takes a good hop and goes to center field. So Gardner is on, finds a way. 3rd hit of the day, all up the middle, all to center field. And yeah, doing great. Frazier did have a walk-off before. I don't think it was this year. But he can walk off right now for the 2nd time in his Yankee career. Sorry I didn't notice that. I didn't realize that you left it for me, but that's very sweet of you. Oh. Why were you calling me that? I thought you were annoyed that I wasn't, like, thanking you for that. Just want to know count to Frazier, man formerly known as Red Thunder, but since that was coming up a lot, he didn't like that name and is no longer called that. Ball's low in the dirt. Gardner's not advanced. 2-0. So good pitch to hit. Yeah. I don't know why. That's such a cool nickname. I would love to have a nickname like Red Thunder.
Rob.
Wait, what?
Ginger, piece of ginger. See his red hair.
Yeah. That's. You ever seen the South Park show on Gingers?
No.
Yeah, it was a good one. Made fun of them a lot, which is funny. And there's a curveball in for a strike, so 2-1. Wonder which types of hitters would be sitting a 2-0 curveball there. But you're not giving in. I mean, that was right down the plate, so I mean, maybe you're just looking for a fastball inside, but if you were to sit on that curveball, you have a good chance of hitting that. Swings and misses a good changeup, I believe, 2-2. I mean, full count regardless, Gardner's going to be on the move. So doubling the gap will definitely score him. I think double in general would definitely score him at that point. Come on, Frazier, find a way. Come on, right here, right now. And that's just foul. And Michael K actually jumped the gun before me. He said, it is high as far, but he wasn't too about it, so it looks like it was foul. That could have been the game winner right there, folks. This will be the 25th pitch for Barlow, so Yankees are making him work, seeing him pretty well. Come on, Frazier, find a way. Come on. Doesn't have to be you. Just at least pass the baton. And swings and misses. Gardner goes in that one, but doesn't matter if the strikeout. Yankees strand a runner, and we head to extra innings. Game tied 6-6. I'm surprised you're back. Where did you guys go? Mhm.
And then we ate some food there, like food right past his house. And it was mom.
Really? What food was
It was terrible.
nice? Sounds like a good date. Oh, wait, was that the pasta place right by him? Oh, I know, Pasta Basta? Hey. I think Kareen recommended that to us. But yeah, I heard the place is really good. That's awesome. That was a good picture you sent me. You guys look good. Yankee game should be back on. Yeah, it's apparently already a 1-0 count to this Yankee game in the 10th inning. But my computer's a bit slow. Wi-Fi kind of sucks here. So, yeah, that's what's up with that. But just redirecting it. Oh, so he got on somehow. I think Dozier's replaced by, I think, Gore. Oh, that's so smart. That is so smart. That's annoying. They have Gore, who only has like 30 plate at-bats to his name on the base paths, and will almost assuredly go on the first pitch, or just go at some point. Has a good size lead. And he goes, and he's picked off, and they got him in a rundown, and they have to get him out here. And they do! They get him out! Let's freaking go! And yes! I can't believe he got picked off. I mean, he's a pitch runner. It's your job to steal bases, not to get picked off in the first one, but oh, someone's hurt. They're reviewing it, or just looking at it, but they're not going to test it. There's one away. That is perfect. Britton doesn't look too sharp right now, as we have Stevie Donahue out on the mound. Come on, don't be another injury. Come on, you're a big boy. There we go. Walk back on the mound. You got this. Throw a couple pitches. You're fine. That was a very good pickoff move. So it's 3, 6, 1. Oh, so Gore tried to slide around and then kind of took Britton for a merry-go-round. He got him in the head. I think, pickoff on 1, 3, 6, 1. Interesting pickoff. And let's see how Dozier got on. Dozier was the hitter before Gore replaced him as the runner. Yeah. So Brendan is okay. Thank goodness, as we cannot handle another injury right now. Yeah, Dozier got a single to Ray, so that's what happened. Okay. And Gore will be the the DH now in the game. I find that weird how this is a pickoff. They say you could be picked off and caught stealing, but it should be one thing or the other. I guess it could be both, but it's interesting. Ball's low, so 1-1. Britton's now in the game. As Chapman threw a scoreless inning back in the ninth. Yusuf struck out 18 Royals this game. The ball's fouled off 1-2, and this could be number 19 right here on this pitch right here right now. Done all the Yankees pictures. I have to put in the Royals pictures, which I might do. That's tap fitting. May not just put on music and just fill out the guys. And there's I think it was a curveball, knuckle curve, in for strike 3. That's 2 away. Forgot that Britton had a curveball on him. So he almost just throws with the slider. And that froze Soler 100% right there, which is hilarious. And Chris Owings now to the plate. It's so much nicer when you don't have Terrence scoring the base paths. I mean, it really could have been another inning like Billy Hamilton. That would have been a lot of pressure. And honestly, I think Chapman's the only one in the Yankee bullpen who could have handled that as well as he did. So I think that almost could have been game over right there if not for the pickoff. So now we got no outs. Chris Owings up. You should be able to get this 1, 2, 3. Come on. There's a curveball, once again going back to it for strike 2. I mean, this is just unfair. I have a 95-mile-per-hour sinker, and then you have this curveball that's pretty solid, like 12-6 curveball that comes out of nowhere. Maybe 11-5, but just hilarious. There it goes back to the sinker. That one at 96. Counts now 1-2. And a curveball dropped in for strike 3. Back-to-back curveballs looking. See you later. Bottom of the 10th. Let's get this bread. Come on. So I'm not going to put on music this half, and I'm just going to fill out some of the Royals guys that I've missed. Actually, I'll just put it on a song with my iTunes. I can do that. Not your stereotypical baseball song, but a lot of people walk up to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. got the horses in the back. Horse stock is attached. Head is matted black. Got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, you get with your horse. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch now. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Riding on the tractor, lean all in my butt. Cheated on my buddy, you can go and ask. My life is a movie, bull riding in boots. Cowboy hat from Gucci. Wrangler on my booty. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing.
So in 10 innings, Yankees have had 20 strikeouts, which is incredibly impressive. And we have Talkman, the man, the myth, the legend himself, who got scored in or driven in by Austin Romine in the eighth that tied up this game. As a 2-hit game, has a run. Let's make it a third here. Swings and misses at a good slider, 0-1. So just doing the play-by-play right now, so got to put in a couple more stuff. The ball is outside, 1-1. Okay, so yeah, lefty Jake Dietmig in the game, the former Ranger. I believe he's a former Philly as well. Talkman up at the plate. Ball low and outside, 2-1. Wow, I didn't realize Dietmig could still throw that hard. I think he was out for like almost a year. And I think his best years came with the Rangers. So we Sessa up. That's interesting. Not going to tap Spritten. We go right to Sessa. So I guess it was good they got him an inning of work a couple of days ago, keep him fresh. Should be throwing good. I think you have Sessa, Harvey, and Holder as your guys to go to in the pen. I think those are your last three guys. And I would say to go Sessa, Holder, and Harvey in that order. Ball's outside and Talkman walks. And both for the sake of my scorecard and the sake of the Yankees, I hope they score to run this inning. The scorecard only has 10 innings, so hate to burn another one. I mean, I will, of course. No problem at all. If the Yankees don't score this inning, but let's end it right here, right now. Save the bullpen a bit. Let's win this game. Come on. Should have had this game from the start, which we did, until a couple of relievers named Green and Ottavino screwed up. Ottavino, it happens. Green, I don't know what's going on, man. I really hope you can fix whatever's going on. And that ball's low in the dirt, and no one advances. I don't know how Urshela got out of the way of that. And that would have hurt like heck if he got hit by it. But he would have had also runners on first and second, which would have been nice. Oh, and that 18-inning ball game, which I watched, of course, where I think Starlin cast with the RBI single that propelled the Yankees to like a 4-3 lead. That was on May 7, 2017. That's the most strikeouts the Yankees ever got in a game, 26. Currently at 20, so chance of breaking that with this game here. Ball's way outside, 2-0. Defense looks pretty wild right now, and the catcher, Maldonado, knows that and takes a short mound visit. Some mound visits, which we used to have a limit of. They limited to 6 last year. Now it's 5. With every extra inning, you get an extra 1. So this will be his only mound visit, unless he gets taken out or an injury delay. But you know what I mean. Ian Kennedy in the bullpen. So I'm pretty sure to give Diekman this inning. But he gets into trouble, maybe go to Kennedy. But he's a starter, former starter, that is. So it'll be interesting how he does if runners already up.
Had his best years with the Giants.
Ian Kennedy? When was he on the Giants? He was on the Padres. He was on the Yankees and the Padres. Maybe another team too, but I think his best year was on the Padres. When there's a strike, of course it is a strike. It's 3-0. You got to throw a strike, or else you're not really a major league pitcher. Mike Ford waiting patiently on deck.
Yeah, right. No, he had his best year with Arizona.
I thought he was on the Padres at one point.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Gotcha. But his best years with Arizona?
21, 4, 15, 12.
I forgot he won 21 games. You're right. All right, so we both get a slice of the pie.
Ooh, I thought he was a Giant. Jesus.
At least you got the same division. That ball's fouled off, so count remains full. Diekman get up to 97 there. So Kennedy, the former Yankee, Diamondback, and Padre. His best years in Arizona, what do you say? He went 21-4 one year?
Mm-hmm.
What, do you remember what year?
2011.
2009?
11.
11. Yeah, he's been in the game for a little while. But definitely not living up to that 5-year, $70 million deal he signed with the Royals. And he walked Urshela. There we go. Let's see if they go to Kennedy. That'd be a treat to see Kennedy in the game. But I personally prefer Diekman, as he can't throw a strike right now, walking the first 2 batters he's faced. With already putting. Wait. What? The only reason why to put in Estrada as a pitch hitter is to bunt, which they might not get down. That's a risky move. I guess it's better than ground to double play from Ford, who has no speed, but very, very interesting move right here. So all that's left on the Yankees position player bench is I guess they don't want the lefty, as Diekman's very good, so not a bad idea. But then they will put in Kennedy. And then Yost looked like he was lost out there, as he was looking the other way before he gave the signal. And Thairo Estrada will make his Yankee debut, number 30, as we have a short break, and it'll be Kennedy versus Estrada. I'll put on some music too. So, Kennedy versus Estrada, the former Yank versus the new Yank. 31 versus 30. Kennedy's 31. Estrada's number 30. Estrada squares to bunt, pulls it back for ball one. Imagine if Estrada got the walk-off. That'd be insane. That'd be insane. Imagine he misses the bunt and just like a walk-off, like, be nuts. Wonder how many players have had a walk-off in their first appearance. That'd be wild. And the Royals have a sign for how they're going to do this. I wonder if they'll go with the wheeled play, which means the third baseman's crashing hard, and the shortstop goes to cover third. So let's see what they do. And he gets it down. And they'll just get one, and Estrada does a job in his first major league plate appearance, not his first at bat. And there's one away. But runners advance. The runner on second does not matter right now. So good job from Estrada. I think that went 1-3. Yeah, well, 3-4. Doesn't sound right. No, that doesn't sound right at all. 3-4. I thought Kennedy picked that up. All right, I'll do that. I've already had a bad scorecard today, so I'll change that if necessary. So, Romine up again, looking for a third RBI. I don't know how many walk-off hits he's had, but not too many, to say the least. Probably hasn't had too many opportunities to have some walk-offs. But who we have at third? We have top at third. That ball was lifted high in the center field, and Hamilton will not get there. That's a walk-off hit, and the Yankees win 7-6. And Romine gets a third RBI and hits a walk-off, and they're jumping all over him. The Yankees win this game. Wow, clutch god Romine right here. The backup catcher who the Yankees put on waivers several times comes up big for the Bombers, and Yankees come back and win this game. Take 3 out of 4 from the Royals. Hey, I mean, they did blow that lead, and that's certainly nothing to smile about. But came back, we won. Has an exciting ball game after that, not one-sided. Very interesting, very nerve-wracking. Jake Diekman looks very peeved off right now, but I don't care. The Yankees win. Thank you, Thairo Estrada, for moving the runners over. And great job by Romine, hitting it over the head of Hamilton. That one was almost gone. Maybe 10 feet away from being over the fence. He had a walk-off single for the win. Yankees win 7-6. Thank you guys for joining me. Shout out to Avi Alter and Avi Siegel for watching. Dedicate this game to you guys for being awesome and watching this game. Very happy about the win. The bullpen was awful. Chapman stepped up. We had Britton step up. We had Romine step up. We had a lot of guys who stepped up today. Just not Green and Tavion, but that's okay. Yankees win 7-6. Take 3 out of 4. He just stepped out some Gatorade. So does Meredith from Rockovitz. That's what you love to see. Good night, folks. A good evening in the United States. But thank you guys for watching. Adam out.